bulky. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Right now in the Big Ten quarterfinals in Indy, early second half, Wisconsin leads UCLA 54-38. Speaking of the Big Ten, ESPN has learned Iowa is ready to fire head coach Fran McCaffrey after 15 seasons with the Hawkeyes. He took Iowa to the NCAAs 7 times and is the school's all-time wins leader with 297. Luka Doncic is out tonight for the Lakers against the Nuggets. He'll rest his left calf and right ankle on the second night of a back-to-back. The Lakers have lost 3 straight. ESPN's Tim Legler.
To win games without LeBron, you're trying to stem the tide so he gets back whenever that may be. It's going to have to be because you are a very physical defensive team.
Tim Legler on Get Up. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports the Chiefs will re-sign running back Kareem Hunt. He'll get 1 year for up to $2.5 million. Browns defensive end Myles Garrett says his contract extension isn't about money. It's about feeling more confident in the team's future.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Before you fill out your brackets, make sure you tune into the Tournament Challenge Marathon for all the info you need right here on Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right. Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tom Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Harris Shand, bottom of this hour. Theriot next hour. LSU baseball 90 minutes away from opening up conference play against Missouri. Got games around the country already underway. We got a ton to do. Glad you're here. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Tigers are back out on the practice field on Friday. There was a player availability after Friday's practice. Saturday, we were supposed to have full practice availability. They've chopped that down to about 20, 25 minutes, unfortunately. So I thought we were going to get to see the whole practice on Saturday, but they're kicking us out early. So we'll continue to tell you what little tidbits that we do get. I think notably right now, you're just kind of looking at where guys are filling in. And Brian Kelly early in the week was, I think, very clear and cautious to note that you shouldn't make too much out of rotations right now because it's early, and he's right. You go into a practice, you go into spring or into fall camp, whatever it may be, with an idea of who should be where. And then you go practice, see how guys do, and you make determinations if you were right or wrong and if you need to make adjustments. And if so, you make adjustments. But where they start anyway is a good indicator of kind of what they think things might shape up like. And we continue to see that same rotation on the offensive line, where the first team from left to right, Tyree Adams, Paul Mabenga, DJ Chester, still first-team center, Bo Bordelon at right guard, Weston Davis at right tackle. The two true freshmen are on the left side of the second offensive line with Carius Kern at left tackle, Solomon Thomas at left guard. Braylon Moore, the Virginia Tech transfer, is there at center with the twos. So I think as we continue to look at this offensive line, how it plays out, we all have a very fundamental understanding that this is going to change whenever Josh Thompson comes. By the way, Cohen Eccles and Ethan Callaway, right guard, right tackle with the twos. What happens with Thompson when he gets here, I think, is going to be obviously a very impactful part of this. But, Thompson's a guy that I think if you're wondering about him, you probably shouldn't, because, yes, he's coming from Northwestern, and you have to be certainly intellectually smart enough to be able to go to a place like Northwestern. But remember, the offensive line coach at Northwestern is Kurt Anderson. Anderson had previously been at Arkansas. He was the guy that coached Frank Ragnow, got drafted by the Lions, Rashawn Slater, who's now with the Chargers, Peter Skoronski with the Titans there with Northwestern as well. So you're talking about a guy that's really coached a lot of high-level offensive linemen, developed them for the next level, and is a very highly technical offensive line coach. So as I understand it, a guy like Josh Thompson is coming to LSU because he proved he could be a starter in the Big Ten. Now he's trying to prove he can be a starter in the SEC. Very technical offensive line coach in Kurt Anderson at Northwestern. He'll have a very technical offensive line coach at LSU in Brad Davis. So you have a guy that I think should very seamlessly transition into whichever position they need. But candidly, I think they're all hoping that for Thompson, it's guard. If your tackles, Tyree Adams and Weston Davis, can lock down those spots. If you have to have Thompson play tackle, he will. But best case scenario, I think, would be guard. Nick Anderson, the receiver from Oklahoma, big-bodied receiver, arguably the top receiver transfer in the country, continues. He's dressed, but continues to work off to the side. Remember, he missed a chunk of his season in 2024 due to injury there at Oklahoma, so no reason really to rush him right now. Also of note, the guys running first-team interior defensive tackle, a couple of rising sophomores, and Ahmad Bro and Dom McKinley. So really cool to see those young guys taking that step. Of course, Jacobian Guillory is going to work his way in there. You got Sadir Mitchell, the transfer from Texas as well. So you got good numbers there, but those young guys are getting a huge opportunity. Also of note, we were worried about Mansour Delane from Virginia Tech coming in. Would he play corner? Would he play safety? He's been working almost exclusively at corner, at least in the drills that the media has been able to see so far. We'll get more of an update on Saturday, kind of where guys are slotting in right now. After practice, there was media availability for a bunch of players. Garrett Nussmeier, Chris Hilton, Ahmad Bro, West Weeks all met with reporters earlier today. I do think the Ahmad Bro comments are interesting because, of course, he played for Kyle Williams at Ruston, comes to LSU, and now Kyle Williams is coaching him again. When Kyle Williams took the job, we played for you a snippet from an interview we did with Ahmad Bro 2 years ago when he was a high schooler and talking about Kyle Williams. And here was Ahmad Bro on Friday talking about playing for Kyle Williams again.
It's kind of back to the old ways, how I played back then, in Ruston. It's kind of like everything's coming back to me now. We're playing totally different. I think he's coaching us up the right way to playing his defense. It's going pretty well. It's kind of like a flashback.
It's going to be fun to watch Kyle Williams try to develop that group. But the defensive line, also in the parts of practice we don't get to see, are going one-on-one with this offensive line with 4 new starters, as we well know. And here was Ahmad Bro talking about what he's seen so far from this offensive line group that they're going up against every day.
Yeah, our offensive line, they have hustle. They work real hard. They come off. I think they're going to be nice. They never quit. That's what I say about them. They never quit.
It's going to be a process. I'm not trying to draw any sweeping conclusions from the offensive line. I'm looking forward to being out there on Saturday, getting a look at them. But the person who's going to be impacted most by the job the offensive line does, of course, is Garrett Nussmeier. My contention is for LSU to be whatever they're going to be this season, That is the single biggest question. The offensive line has got to be able to keep Garrett Nussmeier upright and open holes for Caden Durham and Harlan Berry and Caleb Jackson to go run through them. If they do that, I think LSU's got answers at every other position on the field. It's really just that offensive line unit. It's only 4 spring practices in, but here was Garrett Nussmeier on the big uglies in front of him.
It's been good. Different guys moving into different positions and guys moving around, trying to gel and mesh. And we've got a lot of young guys who are very talented as well, and we have a lot of returners, as y'all know. So it's a very competitive environment right now. A lot of leadership coming out of that room as well. A lot of intensity, and it's been awesome to see guys step up and kind of take over that role. Losing guys like Will and Emery and Miles, Deli, those guys were a strong core. The bomb squad is what we called them. They were strong leaders on our team as well. And so guys starting to step up and replace that leadership that we need, and it's been awesome to see.
So Garrett Nussmeier going into year 2 as a starter, playing there behind a remade offensive line, but having a ton of skill and talent around him. And, I think the question a lot of us are asking is about what type of progression Garrett will make from his first year as a starter to a second. This is all something. This isn't new. I mean, everyone I think has talked about it. We've referenced Mettenberger from 12 to 13, and Burrow from 18 to 19, and then Jaden from 22 to 23. All those guys were 4th-year players starting for the first time, and then as a 5th year, boom. So now Garrett's trying to do that as well, and he was asked about making that jump like those guys did.
I think that that's not really my focus. I think that I'm worried about doing the best I can to help LSU win a national championship. And that's the mindset. That's the energy and intensity that I bring every single day. And it's not about me. It's not about the transition or the year 2. It's about LSU football and year 4 under Coach Kelly. What are we going to do? And we're not afraid to admit it. We've set the standard of where we expect to be, and we expect to play football in January next year.
I was asked last night, I did an interview with Spencer McLaughlin, who does Locked On College Football. If you're not familiar, really good podcast if you want to subscribe to. It covers the whole landscape of college football. And he asked me that question, about LSU and their playoff expectations. And my answer to him, which I said on that platform, the same thing I'll say here and have continued to say here, that's the baseline expectation for LSU in 2025. Baseline expectation is you are playing in that 12-team playoff. Ross Dellinger had a piece today that I'm sure a lot of people saw about LSU's financial commitment. He went into a lot of detail that a lot of people hadn't shared yet. I mean, LSU is taking the all-in financial approach that Ohio State did a year ago, that Ole Miss did a year ago, that Florida State did 2 years ago. That here's dumping a ton of money to unapologetically build a super roster through NIL and the transfer portal, and the expectation is get in the playoff. And once you're there, a lot of things are variables you can't control. Your draw, where you play, who you play, all that stuff. But getting to 10-2 and getting in the playoff as a baseline expectation, yes, that's where you are in 2025. And Garrett Nussmeier will be a huge part of getting you there. They're off and running 4 practices through spring. Tigers practice again on Saturday. I'll get a chance to get out there Saturday morning. Looking forward to that, getting my eyes on it. We'll give you a report on all our platforms on Saturday if you want to check out Locked On LSU. If you want to subscribe there, plug. I'll have a practice report there at Locked On LSU tomorrow as well. All right, it is After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Hey, if you're getting out to the box tonight to watch LSU and Missouri, actually about an hour and 15 minutes away from first pitch, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light. Maybe you're kicking up your feet at home, some Buds and some Boils. No better combo if you're going to be eating those mud bugs here on this Friday in Lent or at all this weekend. Make sure you got plenty of Bud and Bud Light. Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. The official beer of the Tigers, of course, the official beer of boiling season. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. All right, y'all, let me knock out a quick break. Come back. Speaking of LSU and Missouri, about an hour and 15 minutes away from first pitch. I'll make sure we get to a little preview of that game as we get closer. And Paris Shand, former Tiger defensive lineman, here in 17 minutes as he's getting ready for the NFL. Stay with us on AFR.
After Further Review.
Y'all, as we head into the weekend, if you're a business owner, you know this much. Your business is like a living, breathing thing. It's like a child. And I don't mean to be flippant with that, but it's true. The way that you never stop parenting your child, you never stop thinking about your child. If you're a business owner, you never stop thinking about your business. You're always on. Well, as you head into this weekend and maybe you have some time away from the office, it's a great opportunity to think about how you can grow your business, make your business more efficient by having the right people. We all know that. You don't operate without the right people. Well, Glow Resources, they specialize in finding the right people for your business. What kind of business? Doesn't matter. You need skilled blue-collar workers? Glow Resources can help. You need office assistants? Glow Resources can help. You need C-level management? Glow Resources can help. Their corporate headquarters are in Baton Rouge. They got offices all over, and they help businesses literally all over the world. You want to be more efficient? You need Glow. GLO, glowresources.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
About an hour and 13 minutes away from first pitch, LSU in Missouri. Of course, expecting bad weather to roll through Friday night and Saturday morning. So Friday night's game got moved up, but Saturday, Tigers at 6 p.m. No change there. Sunday at 1 o'clock. So the rest of the schedule stays the same. They're just trying to dodge what we think is going to be a lot of bad weather in the area Friday night and Saturday morning. There was certainly a very sad news to report on Friday morning. We got word early today that Skip Bertman's wife, Sandy, died overnight. She had battled, everyone, of course, knows Sandy, really the matriarch of LSU baseball, who had been by Skip's side ever since the family came to Baton Rouge in 1984. Skip and Sandy, as we all know, had 4 daughters. One of their daughters, you might remember the story, actually died of cancer in 2012 as well. So a family that's been through a lot but has been so thoroughly blessed. And Sandy was a staple and a stalwart. I mean, for every game you ever saw Skip at, you saw Sandy Bertman there as well. And in the last 3 years, Sandy Bertman had been battling cancer, and at one point was cancer-free. And there was a tremendous amount of optimism there, but still, what a long, full life. She was 87 years old, and as we mentioned, had been battling cancer. We were told last night there was a bit of an episode. She was rushed to the hospital, and that's where she died. So Sandy Bertman was 87 years old. She was an amazing part of the LSU baseball story, as amazing a part as Skip. I mean, there isn't one without the other, really. I know Ryan will be here next hour, and Theriot has known the Bertmans for a very long time and stayed close with them. They lived close by for the last several years, and he'll tell you more when he's here. But a very sad day, an opportunity to celebrate a long, beautiful life lived, 87 years, amazing. Mother of 4 daughters and such a stalwart in this community and a friend to so many, and one that will certainly be missed. Sandy was such a staple at LSU baseball games at the box for so many years, and here in recent years, obviously, as her health had failed. Skip has still made it to the box plenty. Sandy had her appearances had become far less frequent, of course, but it's almost like I was having this conversation with Chris Marler earlier today at Louisiana Sports.net, and he kind of related it to the way that Alabama has missed Terry with Nick Saban, and it's a very apropos comparison. You just assume them together, and the same with Skip and Sandy. So condolences certainly to Skip, to the Bertman family, and to everybody that played at LSU, everyone who knew and loved Sandy Bertman, friends, family, relatives, everybody who's mourning her loss today. So Sandy Bertman dies today at the age of 87. So as we know more about arrangements and celebration of her life, we'll certainly keep you up to date and pass it along. But 87 years, man. A sad day, but still an incredible opportunity to rejoice and to celebrate. 87 years. Very full, wonderful life lived. May Sandy Bertman rest in peace. It is after further review. I'll just kind of clumsily move forward. And again, Theriot will be here next hour. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say. Baseball Tigers do play at the box coming up here in a little more than an hour. They'll take on Missouri. We've told you a lot about this Missouri team that LSU is going to face. They're the only team in the SEC that is below 500. Let me rephrase it. They're 8-8. That has a non-winning record. Put it to you that way. They're 8-8 through 16 games, and they're last in the SEC in ERA. They're last in the SEC in fielding percentage. They are 11th in the SEC in team batting average. However, while they are they're 11th in the SEC in team batting average, and while they're 11th in the SEC in team batting average, which has them in the bottom half, this is still a team that is hitting .301 cumulatively as a team. So they can swing it. It's about the one thing that they can do and have done at times well. They've got 17 homers in 16 games. So if you're LSU, what you really have to avoid this weekend are the free bases. You cannot give Missouri base runners and allow them to advance with walks, wild pitches, pass balls. It's why throwing strikes is going to be the utmost important. Make them earn it, swinging the bat. And also defensively at catcher, why I think this is the thing for a month now. You've heard me talk about it. I know I'm not alone in this. A lot of people have talked about it, but it certainly is the one biggest question that I had coming into this season, which was, what do you do defensively behind the plate? Because while I think you have multiples of experienced, talented guys at every position, that's just not the case at catcher, where you're still trying to figure that out. Well, Jay Johnson, when he met with reporters on Thursday, was asked about Hernandez and Aaron Beatty. Let's start with the veteran in Hernandez and what he's seen so far behind the dish.
I think he's caught great. The pitchers do a good job holding the ball, picking. Coach Yeski's the master at that. They get the ball to the plate timely, and he's got a strong, accurate arm. I think he receives great. I can pick to several pitches that were probably called strikes by him doing a quality job receiving. He does a great job with the pitcher-catcher rapport. I like going out to the mound and, hearing some of his feedback to the pitcher at that time or in the dugout. And then, starting to continue to take, more quality at bats. He's a really good hitter. So I'm not surprised at all and really happy that he's here.
Guy hit 23 homers a year ago, and I know that was one of the big talking points when Hernandez committed to LSU because LSU was losing so many of its power bats. At the time, remember, we didn't know Jared Jones was coming back. So you knew you were losing Tommy White and a bunch of your power, and Hayden Stravinsky, a bunch of your power in the lineup. So you get Jones back, but you added a guy like Hernandez because of the 23 homers he hit last year, experienced veteran hitter. But the fact that he's taken on catching, you obviously expect those power numbers to come down because a year ago at Indiana State, he was primarily DHing. Well, now if he's going to be your primary catcher, you're going to have to rely on him more defensively than offensively, which is fine, but you're going to need him to continue to improve, which I think he probably has even since the opening weekend, just catching more consistently in more innings. The flip side of it is Cade Arambidi, who's the freshman, a guy that many anticipated was going to go straight from high school, sign a pro contract, had a little bit of a disappointing senior year in high school, saw his stock drop to where he didn't get the number he wanted, so he ended up on campus. This is a dude, a toolsy player with a very high ceiling that in time we all anticipate has the ability to be a big leaguer if he develops into his body and his talent and his skills. But so far, it has been a little bit of a struggle objectively. Now, Jay Johnson's going to say all the right things about Cade Arambidi because Jay Johnson's going to say all the right things about all of his players. But it has been a little bit of a struggle defensively and offensively for Cade Arambidi. But this is what Jay Johnson had to say about the freshman on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I thought he's caught great on Friday for a few innings. I thought he caught great on Sunday for 6 innings. And then he caught good the other night. And so, and I think Coach Jordan really works hard at that. Luis deserves a lot of credit for that, too. They've done a nice job with him and Blaze and Eddie. It's a cool group thing, where they're all helping each other. And as a coach, you really like to see that.
He's hitting just 150, Arambidi is, on the season. 3 hits and 20 at-bats. So it has been slow to come along with 6 strikeouts. It's been slow to come along offensively for Arambidi. And that's going to be, I think, the challenge for Jay Johnson here moving forward, which is you have this young player, super talented, that you need to get him experience. The only way he's going to get better is you get him playing time. But you're also going into SEC play where you got to win. And so, I would be surprised. I would be surprised if Luis Hernandez didn't catch all 3 games this weekend. It's not to say we won't see Arambidi at some point. Yeah, get a pinch hit at bat, defensive replacement if you're up big. It could happen that way. But I would be surprised if Hernandez wasn't catching all 3 games this weekend for LSU. You got to win, man. It's conference play. The time for tinkering now is on Tuesday nights when you play Nichols. It's not on the weekend when you got a chance to sweep Missouri to get yourself off to a great start in SEC play. So it'll be fascinating to see how they manage the catching position this weekend. We're going to continue learning more and more. Yesterday we talked about third base and what they do there. Tanner Reeves has started the last 4 games. Offensively, he's really come along while Braswell has scuffled. But we know what Braswell is. Reeves has probably the higher ceiling. Braswell's a more proven commodity. So how does that continue to manage throughout this weekend? We'll probably get a much better sense of that with LSU and Missouri. First pitch here about an hour and 3 minutes away. We're brought to you by Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Hey, you've probably looked at the radar and the weather for the next couple of days, and we are expecting awful weather tonight and Saturday. If you find yourself in need of roofing help, Parish Construction and Roofing can help. Go to parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Tell you every day to do business with someone you know. That's me and Theriot and Richard Tilley and Joe Morales and Trent Davis and our whole great staff and crew. We'd love to help you out no matter where you are. If you're in the line of the storms, our crews can come to you. So give us a shout, or you can log on to the website at parishbuilt.com. Just fill out the form on the homepage, or give us a shout at 364-1007, 364-1007. When the storms pass, if you see shingles on the ground, if you find you have leaks or whatever the issue may be, little granules in your driveway, it's a good indication that you got roof damage. Let us come do an assessment afterwards. I always tell you the best way to find out if you got roof damage is let us come do an inspection before a storm hits and you have a leak. But with the bad weather coming, sometimes that might reveal that you have damage. If you do, remember, we'd love to help. Parish Construction and Roofing. Go to parishbuilt.com. That's parishbuilt.com. All right, we'll talk to former LSU defensive lineman Paris Shand when we continue. Theriot's here in 30 minutes from right now. Ben Mintz will be here. We'll do our college baseball picks to start hour number 3. We'll resume that today. Mincy, Muse, and I will give you 3 baseball picks. Theriot and Paulie are welcome to participate if they want, but they didn't last year, so I assume they won't again. But they're welcome to if they want to. We'll do our college baseball picks in hour 3. Glad you're hanging out. It's AFR.
After further review.
Y'all, I love telling you about River City's 1 Hour Air because I love telling you about great businesses that have been around the community for a long time, and that's River City's 1 Hour Air. You know, a lot of companies come and go. A lot of new HVAC companies have been around. A lot of companies have gone out of business. A lot of out-of-towners, franchises come in. But with River City's 1 Hour Air, you know, the Ragusas, the Wilsons have been amazing for 40 years with River City's 1 Hour Air. 40 years. I mean, you go to Google, and they got twice the amount of Google reviews than the next closest competitor. Why? Because they've been around so long. They've accumulated Google reviews for that long, and they do amazing work. Hey, look, this is the time to get your preseason AC tune-up. Right, we're into March, and it's 83 degrees right now. So you know what's ahead. Those relentless triple-digit temps of these hot Louisiana summers right around the corner. Make sure your AC is ready to roll through the warm weather months. River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, rolling along. Glad you're with us here on this Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar there in Town Center. LSU baseball an hour away from first pitch. Theriot will be in studio in 30 minutes from right now. Paris Shand, among the former LSU Tigers, getting ready for the NFL draft. Good enough to hang out with us now for a couple of minutes. Hey, man, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Doing awesome. Hey, I was this is super. Most people know your backstory, right? You went to Arizona, transferred here, but I was kind of looking at your bio. I forgot you went to high school in Connecticut, and tell me the name of the school that you went to. How do you pronounce it?
Loomis Chaffee.
Loomis Chaffee. Okay, I saw John Rockefeller went to high school there, like the richest guy ever, right? John Rockefeller. Are there like buildings there named after him or anything like that? I think like a statue to John Rockefeller at Paris Chaffee or Loomis Chaffee.
I have no idea, honestly. I don't remember.
Man,
I was only there for like 6-7 months.
Dude, I would have been like all about like, you mean to tell me John? Like, or if I was running that school, I'd blast everywhere that John Rockefeller went there. That's pretty cool. Hey, man, you spent a couple of years in Baton Rouge in this long winding journey in this time of college football. When you came to LSU and now that you're leaving, if I asked Parashan 2 years ago your expectations coming to Baton Rouge and what it is now and how that mapped to what it ended up being, how would you say they compare or contrast based on what you thought coming here?
My biggest thing when going to LSU was being able to compete. Competition is always the main theme when it comes to my personality, so I knew that would be the best opportunity for me to go somewhere and compete. So the expectation that I had for myself was just to go in and just do what I needed to do. So I would say that what happened is very close to the expectation, I guess. I went in there and I worked as hard as I could.
Did you think you were going to switch from 94 to 0 and wear the bagel?
I mean, I was never big on numbers, but when it became an opportunity to do that, I jumped at that, and I never thought I would, but it happened.
No, man, I'm just teasing you. So, one of the interesting things about your journey too, man, is you became like such a versatile guy. From playing end to playing inside. This year they had you listed in the 270s, and you ended up playing defensive tackle. Walk me through that this year. When Tank went down and you kind of almost out of necessity had to kick inside and play tackle, what that switch was like for you.
I loved playing for both coaches, Coach Peoples and Coach Davis. I think that was also a part of it. I wanted to be taught by Coach Davis as well. And it was a great switch. And I had fun doing both.
Were you surprised to see Bo Davis go to the NFL?
My surprise, I feel like in this new age of NIL, a lot of coaches are opting to go in the NFL instead of staying in college.
Yeah. What would you say Parrish, you learned from him? Like, because he's got this great reputation, right? Awesome guy, awesome coach, awesome recruiter. We get to go out to practice and see like how loud he is. He's boisterous. But like, what did you learn? Playing tackle, learning from Bo Davis.
He's very technical. It's all about the details and understanding the type of blocks that you're getting. Understanding the sets of the O-lineman, whether it's a hard set, soft set, certain stuff like that. He really helped me refine and the little technicalities of my game. So, learning from Pete Davis the year before and then Coach Bo Davis the next year was really good.
Parrish Shand is our guest, former Tiger, getting ready for the NFL draft. By the way, where are you? Like, where are you working out and getting ready for the draft?
Oh, I'm training right now in Fresno.
In Fresno, out in Cali. So what sort of things do, like when you're going through draft prep, I guess getting ready for pro day and so like what's a day like? What are you actually like working on every day for the scouts?
Well, when it comes to the specific drills that you're going to do, like the 40, the L drill, the pro shuttle, you're working on explosiveness for the vertical and the broad jump. It's just more, I feel like, focused workouts on certain things, different than when you're doing a workout specific to football. This is specific to the specific drills. And then the training that we do on the technical football side of it is just different drills that you could potentially get. We do some of the combine drills and like other drills that you could possibly see at pro day.
Like, how do you feel? Like, what do you feel is the thing that you have to work on most for pro day? Like, is it 40? Is your vertical? Like, what's the thing you feel like you got to work on the most?
I think the thing I focused on the most when I went into training was definitely the bench press.
Okay.
I feel like I worked on everything, but that was probably the main one that I was focusing on.
How many reps?
I mean, you're gonna see it pro day.
All right. If I said, all right, over. So you can't give me like a target. What's the most you've ever done?
I can't give away any of the secret sauce, man. You guys got to see it.
Over under 22.5.
I say over.
Okay. Over under 23.5.
I can't give you the numbers, but I already said too much.
No, man, you're good. You're good. Hey, better food in Canada or in Louisiana?
See, people keep asking me this, and when I see, being from Toronto, it's different because it's so multi-ethnic, and there's different food from all over the world. I did love the food in Louisiana, but I feel like it's very specific, and it's great. But if you want variety, I'm going for specifically Toronto. I can't speak on the rest of Canada.
Better weather, Toronto or Louisiana?
I'll go Louisiana, even though the summers are very difficult. The snow, it's hard to deal with the snow in Toronto, so I'll go Louisiana.
The question is this, Paris. Do you want to deal with 110 or -10? That's the question you have to answer. Which is worse to deal with? And at least when it's -10 or 110, you can go jump in a pool. You know what I mean? When it's -10, there ain't no escaping.
When it's -10, you can put you can put a good jacket on. You can put some long johns on.
Nope.
Stay warm.
No. Dude, I lived in northern Indiana for a year, and brother, you know this. When it's -10, it don't matter what you put on, it hurts when you go outside. When the snot freezes in your nose, that's painful, dog. You know that. I mean, give me an IV, a cold beer, and a swimming pool, man. I'll get down with that. Paris Shand's with us here for a couple more minutes. Hey, give me a thought on, if you would, on the guys that are going to follow you, that 2025 defensive line, guys like Ahmad Bro and Dom McKinley, some of those young guys you think we'll get to see next year.
I mean, I think they're going to do a great job. Even just seeing what they did last year, when Dom had that game against Oklahoma, I could see him doing that on every game. You know what I'm saying? When he just really understands his body and the type of strength that he has, he could do that every game. And Ahmad, he's just someone that always wants to learn, and he's gonna get to where he wants to go. Gabe as well, as the defensive end spot, he's someone that is going to be great. He relentlessly always wants to work and always puts in that type of effort, and you can see it on the field, him getting better. So I feel like that D-line group's going to be really good.
Yeah, man. You got to look at both sides, the ends and the tackles. Relaford is such an impressive young guy. Last year in fall camp, too, Paris, I always raved about Kalaj Cobbins because when we go see him do one-on-ones, I mean, that dude was winning all the time, these pass rush drills. So you tell, man, they've got a lot of good young talent in that group.
100%.
Did you have an NFL team when you were growing up, a favorite team?
Yeah, my favorite team was the Ravens.
No kid. No. Was there a player or reason why you like Baltimore?
Yeah, when I first started watching is when they won the Super Bowl with Ray Lewis, Jacoby Jones, and Joe Flacco and them in 2012.
Hey man, that was a game in New Orleans. That Super Bowl was in when Beyonce knocked out the lights. Would you? I know for a guy drafted, whatever, so you hear your name called, it's a dream to go wherever, but is there a situation, as you're going through the process where you think, oh, that would be cool to go there? Would you go to Baltimore? I mean, you say you're training in Fresno, would you want to be in California? Do you have a preference of best case scenario where it would be?
I feel like everyone kind of wants to be somewhere a little warmer, but
Miami.
But specific places, I feel like I'm pretty adaptable, where I can go, pretty nomadic. I've been kind of living all over the place, away from home for a while. So, I mean, whichever place is paying the most and really wants me to be on a team.
Yeah, man. No, from Canada to Connecticut to Arizona to Louisiana, working out in Fresno. We'll see where. No doubt, man. You've lived a life, man, for a young guy. Hey, last thing for you. I would love to know, I don't know how much, when you have a full roster, not everybody gets to have a ton of FaceTime or close relationship with the head coach. I'm just curious, did you get to talk a ton to Brian Kelly, what it was like playing for him as your head coach at LSU for a couple seasons?
Yeah, I think Coach Kelly's a great coach. And even beyond being a great coach, I think he's a good person. Like when I talked to him, I had a lot of opportunities to talk to him. His office is pretty open. If you go in there and he's in a meeting, he'll tell you when he's done, make time for you, all types of stuff. Like I never had any issues talking to Coach Kelly. I think he's a great guy, and he does a good job leading the squad. He has a very clear message. He wants to graduate champions, and there's a certain standard that needs to be held to do that. But he's not like super difficult to talk to or anything. I think is a great guy.
Yeah, man. Hopefully the graduation and graduate champions, hopefully they get to that final game this year in 2025. He helped lay the foundation these past couple seasons. Paris Shand, dude, was versatile, always willing to do whatever they asked, man. Inside, outside, always played hard. It was fun to watch you play these past couple seasons in the purple and gold, man. Hey, good luck to you in the next phase. Hope you crush it in Pro Day and in the draft, and we'll look forward to keeping in touch and rooting for you from afar, man. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Of course. That's our pleasure. Paris Shand joining us here for a couple of minutes. We're brought to you by Parish Restoration. Kill mold, remove odor. I hate to say it this way, but we've got a ton of bad weather coming this weekend, Friday and Saturday. If you end up getting water intrusion, have mold, think you might. If you need remediation services, remember Parish Restoration. You go to parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. If you have mold, of course, they can knock that out. Easy. Come in, spray the patented non-toxic dry fog. Let it dwell. As soon as it dissipates, you're back in. Boom, mold is killed all the way down to the spores. But remember, if you have odor and other things like that, harmful pathogens, maybe you got someone sick in the family or an office building, you have flu going around the office, the school, let them come in, they'll fog, knock everything out. It's parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out with us. We'll knock out our final break here of hour number one. Mucilage Tigers and the Pros, Theriot in 15 minutes. We will get to a little LSU Missouri preview with Theriot, 45 minutes away from first pitch as we're counting down at the first pitch of SEC play for the baseball Tigers. Mintz will be here in hour three, and I do want to get to a bit later in the show the NIL feature that Ross Dellinger did. If you haven't seen it, it's up at Yahoo. It's a pretty extensive feature about the process that LSU football has gone through from where, admittedly, they were very far behind in NIL to how they were able to catch up and what the plan is moving forward. Pretty fascinating to delve into how this evolution has happened and how LSU is going to try to stay relevant, which is something that a lot of different teams are trying to map to right now. And full features up at Yahoo if you want to go read it right now. All right, well, now I got to break and wrap up hour number one next.
AFR.
Weekend is upon us. Maybe you have some downtime. Great time to check out Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. You can visit them online at yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. I get it. Funny name, funny logo with the steeple on the W. A lot of people laugh at it. I get it. But so much of that is just trying to bring levity into a conversation that a lot of guys are embarrassed about. If it's hormone replacement therapy or if it's ED treatments, listen, a lot of guys know they have those issues. Sometimes you don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good again. That's something that I've shared a lot over the years. You're walking around and you just become, think of it this way. If you have knee pain all the time and you wake up and you just live in that and that just becomes your normal. You don't know what it was like ever to live without knee pain or back pain or whatever it is. The same can be true when it comes to hormone replacement therapy. Like your body produces less of the hormones, you're sluggish and lethargic, and you just think that's normal and that's how you feel. You can regain that vitality. Never any contracts, lowest prices. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Registration for the VEX European Bracket Challenge is now open. You can start registering now at louisianasports.net, and then be sure to come back and get your picks in after the first games are announced this Selection Sunday. The person with the most accurate picks this year wins $1,000 cash.
Remember, we will also have the Bracket Challenge will extend to the Sweet 16 and the Final Four. So go to louisianasports.net right now. You're going to fill out a bracket anyway. Just you'll see the banner on the top of the homepage, the VEX European Bracket Challenge. Just tap that banner, and you'll see where you can go log in to create an account. And whenever obviously the bracket's announced coming up on Sunday, you can go make your picks. But we'll have the $1,000 cash prize winner for the overall champion, but we will also have separate winners specifically for Sweet 16 and Final Four. So even like if your bracket's busted first day, don't worry, you still have opportunities to win later down the line. So you can play all throughout the tournament. So we appreciate it. Y'all go please enter at louisianasports.net or at 1045ESPN.com. All right, Theriot's coming up after the top of the hour. Muse, hit it. Tigers in the Pros.
Tigers in the Pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
The New England Patriots have agreed to terms with K'Lavon Chaisson.
Hey,
1 year, $5 million. Of course, you remember Chaisson, first-round pick back in 2020 of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Spent his first 4 years over there with the Jags, and then had a short stint in Carolina. This season spent with the Raiders, was elevated from the practice squad in mid-October, and went on to have the breakout year. Career high in sacks, tackles for loss, pass deflections, and interceptions. That has been parlayed into a opportunity now with New England. Chaisson still just 25 years old, so kind of about to hit the prime of his career. Keep an eye if he can build on what was a great season. Dylan Cruz turned in a donut today.
Should've
and
stayed.
not just a donut.
Told you, Muse. Should have stayed.
And not just a donut, a hat trick. 0 for 3, 3 punch-outs for Dylan Cruz today with the Nationals. I know. It's starting to make sense now a little bit. Yeah.
You just think that's me being selfish and greedy wanting Dylan Cruz back at LSU.
Part of it has to be.
I'm just telling you clearly.
Yeah.
Had he stayed, instead of going 2 overall and getting to the show in half a year, he'd have gone 1 overall and just gone to the show in immediately. Yeah.
Bypass the minors all together. Jake Fraley, game in progress. The Reds are battling the White Sox. Jake Fraley, 1 AB so far. He punched out, so he is 0 for 1 also. Cam Thomas, a night ago for the Brooklyn Nets. Back-to-back here for Brooklyn. 24 points, once again, the leading scorer for Brooklyn. 8 of 23 from the floor. Three of those 8 were three-pointers, but that's not the story. The story is double-double. 10 assists for Cam Thomas a night ago. Hey. Kind of evolving the game there, known primarily as a scorer. And then Trendon Watford, his teammate, 7, 3, and 3 last night for Watford, all off the bench in 18 minutes. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone. And remember, y'all, we're now into tax season. A lot of people getting your tax refund. How about you reinvest that tax refund into your biggest investment, your home? When you install these energy-efficient replacement windows, it's going to lower your energy bills. It's going to increase your home's resale value, beautify your home. This is an investment into your biggest investment that will increase your home's resale value, lower your monthly energy bills, and time pay for themselves. And at Relief Windows, they offer financing as well. So if you want to get to that project here as you're looking at all the spring projects that you're looking to do, beautify the exterior of your home, make your home more energy efficient, increase the resale value. Relief Windows can make it happen. ReliefWindows.com. ReliefWindows.com. All right, y'all. It's After Further Review Friday shows brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Remember, you can always email us, tweet us, or text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. The New Orleans Saints did add one free agent today. Another, not a marquee name, but again, the types of names that you sort of anticipated that the New Orleans Saints would be adding. Veteran players, depth players on inexpensive contracts. Defensive lineman Jonah Williams, who spent this last season with the Detroit Lions. The Saints added him today. We'll talk much more about that as we move throughout the rest of the show and the weekend. It's AFR.
AFR.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. In college basketball, earlier today at the American Conference quarterfinals in Fort Worth, Memphis beats Wichita State 83-80. PJ Haggerty with a career-high 42 points and 9 rebounds to lead the Tigers, who've won 14 of their last 15. At the SEC quarterfinals today, Auburn and Ole Miss.
Right wing Broom, low post. Janai up. Yes, and a foul! He leaned in and put it home. Outstanding low post move by Janai Broom. Not only drew the foul, had 2 guys hanging all over him, and he stuck it in the basket.
The call on the Auburn Sports Network. Auburn wins 62-57. Janai Broom leads the way with 23 points and 15 rebounds. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports free agent wideout Cooper Kupp could make a decision about his new team as early as today. Kupp was cut by the Rams on Wednesday. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports the Cowboys will sign running back Miles Sanders to a 1-year deal. He was cut by the Panthers this week.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Before you fill out your brackets, make sure you tune into the Tournament Challenge Marathon for all the info you need right here on Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right. Woo!
Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Dan Juan Cigar Bar. I'm at. Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You sir. Hey. right, you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Yo, bruh.
Yo, bruh.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing awesome. SEC baseball, 27 minutes away. Tigers against Tigers. Also, the New Balance National Indoor Track and Field Championship on the TV and studio, waiting for a giant race about an hour from right now.
Yep. Big DMR race. Here we go, baby.
Got a couple of Therios competing in a national event coming up here in an hour.
Yep.
Fired up for it. Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Tell everybody what's happening.
The girls, my two, and then Molly and Lucy Kramer qualified to go run for the New Balance National Championship up in Boston. So they ran yesterday, did okay, not great. They got the nerves out yesterday, and so today they run again at 5:20 our time. So we're excited to see them show up and have a good race.
So tell me the race again that they're doing. You told me earlier.
Yeah, so today it's the DMR.
What does that stand for?
You know, I don't know.
Distance mid run?
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe I don't know.
Something. Yeah. So Macy's running the 400. Georgia's running the 800.
It's a relay.
It's a relay.
Yeah.
Macy's running the 400. Georgia's running the 800. I think Molly's running the 1600, and Lucy's running the 3200. And so they all have different, distances that they run, and so it's. So they don't do that one like in the Louisiana State track meets. They don't do that. They do that in other states, and then they do it in college too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, so we're going to be locked into that coming up here a little bit later. So we've got a lot to get to here. How's by the way, how's sellryanshouse.com doing?
Big showing right now.
Okay.
So if you want to buy my house, 2935 Dakin Avenue, go check it out.
You
Google
hurry.
it. You just got to Google it.
You better
2935
hurry.
Dakin Avenue, go check it out. You better hurry up.
Sellryanshouse.com.
Selling my house. Please buy my house.
If you were not here last week, Theriot unapologetically used about all 2 hours to just try to drive people to go sell his house.
It is really an awesome house. I mean, it really is. Stone's throw away from Tiger Stadium, the interstate. Oh, it's great.
You got to have a pretty good arm if you're throwing a stone there and hitting Tiger Stadium.
Oh, you throw it a couple times, you could hit Tiger Stadium. You know, like 10 or maybe 5.
Maybe the roll. Throw it down the street.
Yeah.
You get the roll.
Yeah. I mean, you could ride your bike to Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, there you go.
You could ride your bike to Tiger Stadium. Yep.
Walking distance on a game day.
Absolutely walking distance on a game day, yeah. It's an awesome
Be a healthy walk.
2935 Dakin Avenue. Just Google it, yeah. Jonna's got it listed. My wife's got it listed. Great price. Great price. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Giving the
price to sell.
I'm basically giving the thing away.
Giving it away. Take it. Move in.
It is an awesome house. And I'll give you an autographed Paul Skeens baseball.
I love it. That's good.
I will do that. I'll give you 2 of them, actually. I got them to sign 12. They're sitting in my office. I'll throw 2 of them in.
Well, 11 of them are because you gave me 1 of them.
I've got 11 left.
It's in my office upstairs.
Well, Tilly stole one, too, so 10.
You got 10. You got 10 of them. All right. Other than that, how's your week?
Yeah, it's been a great week.
Good.
Really has a lot of good stuff happening. Obviously, like I said, the girls up in Boston. So after that, they're going to Disney to celebrate the soccer state championship with their team, which is pretty neat.
Okay.
But we did get some really, really sad news yesterday. I'm sure everybody's heard that Miss Sandy Bertman passed away, and she was near and dear to my heart, as well as many other ones.
Do you want the music?
Folks.
I'm sorry. Do you want the music?
Yeah, music's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So I wanted to take this time. Normally, this is a fun, make fun of somebody type thing, but I do want to acknowledge her a little bit. So if we could do that would be awesome.
Let's not do the music. Yeah, thank you. Let's not do the music. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it's just been weighing on me, so I did want to do that. So I appreciate you letting me do it. Skip Bertman, Coach Skip Bertman's the greatest college baseball coach of all time. I'd argue that he could have coached any sport and been the best at it. His approach to competition, his ability to motivate his players is truly unmatched. He loves his players and coaches like family, and because of that, we will run through a wall for that man. That story has been told many times. Today, I want to tell you about Skip's coach, the one who motivated him, the one who was his rock when times got hard, and the one who he would run through a wall for. For someone to step up and sacrifice all personal goals and aspirations for their spouse is asking a lot. Miss Sandy did just that. She was perfectly fine with staying behind the scenes and doing all the dirty work. Without Sandy Bertman, LSU wouldn't be the premier college baseball school in America for the past 30 years. If it wasn't for Sandy Bertman's loyalty and unwavering love for Baton Rouge and Louisiana State University, she wouldn't have shared her best friend with us. She allowed all of Tiger Nation to experience something special that was built from the ground up. Everyone's heard the phrase, behind every great man's a great woman. Today, I'd like to take that to the next level. Behind every legendary man is a legendary woman. And Sandy Bertman is a legend and will be remembered as such. We don't talk enough about the special women who support us, special men. And I know all too well what's asked of the spouses of a high-level athlete or coach. I've watched my wife grind it out by herself, with 3 kids in diapers, traveling the country, never in one place for too long, with no family there to help, all for the love of the game and her husband. Miss Sandy Bertman did that for 60 years through Skip's coaching career, administration, as well as being in the public eye here in Baton Rouge. It takes an amazingly selfless person to be willing to do what she did. I was personally blessed to spend some special moments with Miss Sandy over the years. Her fashion was second to none. She was always matching with cute clothes and always had cool jewelry on. I remember one time her and Miss Lipsy were shopping in the Galleria when we were at the SEC tournament. She told me she was getting some socks for Skip, which was a lie. Because she had Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci bags, and all kind of designer clothes bags in her hands. Miss Sandy didn't miss an opportunity to have a good time. My family and I had the pleasure of spending a ton of time with her during the COVID fiasco. We'd ride our bikes around the neighborhood because the world was going crazy and everything was closed. One of our daily stops was at Skip's house. We'd hang out for a few minutes, she'd tell some stories, and we'd be on our way. But it was in those impromptu visits that you'd see the real version of Sandy Bertman. She was 100% real. What you see is what you get. She was sharp as a tack and genuinely interested in what you had to say. And she probably knew more baseball than Skip did. She knew my kids' names. She knew what they liked to do. She cared for everybody. To this day, you won't catch Coach Skip Bertman without a cell phone on him. Sandy is always his first priority, and for good reason. She made the magic happen, and he knew it. I can't tell you how many times he'd stop practice or interrupt a lunch meeting to take a call from his best friend. It's a relationship we can all learn a thing or two from. Miss Sandy Bertman deserves a statue right next to Skip's. She deserves a thank you from everyone who calls themselves a fan of the LSU Tigers. Her impact will not go unnoticed, and I know the Theriot family will miss her greatly. Sincerely, Ryan.
Very well said. We'll continue on AFR next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Duplessis Builders, duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net. Heading into the weekend, y'all. Heading into the springtime. Summer is right around the bend as well. Thinking that this is going to be the year you build that pool, you need to give our friends over at Duplessis Builders a shout. Local company. Derek is from Ascension Parish, graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering from LSU, minor in aerospace engineering, by the way.
Oh.
How you doing? And that's why their product stands above everybody else. Listen, go to Instagram, and you could look up every pool builder in town, and you're going to see beautiful pools from every pool builder, right? I mean, all of them. You'll see beautiful resort-style pools. But what do the bones look like? You know, the industry standard on a workmanship warranty is 1 year. Duplessis offers a 10-year workmanship warranty. Why? Because Derek has an engineering background. He does it right and builds a product that will last. DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, Know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Roll along, Friday edition of AFR. We are presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. One of the really cool things, by the way, first pitch out at the box about 15 minutes from right now. I don't know if you saw this, but LSU on their LSU baseball on their social media did post a photo. They have a wreath on a seat that would have been Sandy Bertman's seat out at the box. They're in the purple chairbacks with the caption for Sandy Bertman. So LSU baseball remembering the matriarch of LSU baseball, Sandy Bertman, who died overnight at age 87. Ryan did a beautiful job paying tribute to her. I know you've known obviously you played for Skip, but
yeah.
You know the Bertmans well, and you lived near each other there for a good long while, and you talked about that. It's they were just, the two of them were just always, they're just synonymous, right? It's like, I'd said it last hour, it's almost like Nick Saban and Miss Terry. It's like Skip and Sandy. There just wasn't one without the other, and for everybody who loved the baseball program and has loved the baseball program for a long time, and she is just as identifiable with the program as Skip is for everyone who loves this program. So, for all of her contributions, I certainly did. I met her, talked to her, certainly didn't know, can't say I know her the way that you did or had a personal relationship, but everything you said, though, amazingly caring person, always interested in what you had to say, very kind, and sacrifice you make, man, spouse for sure. It's huge.
You as a kid, you don't grow up and say, I'm gonna do everything for the rest of my life for someone else.
Yeah, it's a good way to say it.
Like nobody say, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to do everything that I need to do for my spouse to be successful. That's not a thing. And that's what's asked. There's a reason why Nick talks about Miss Terry. He says her name all the time. He's always referencing her. Same thing with Skip and Sandy, because Coach Saban understood the importance of her as well as Skip. And when I said being selfless, I mean it's true. Keep in mind, they have children of their own as well that are wonderful, great humans. But one thing that Sandy did was the players from out of town that would be homesick or, needed a little extra money or what, like they would go over to the house and clean up, or just she would make sandwiches for them. You'd always hear stories. I was from Baton Rouge, so I never really did that. But guys that just didn't have that motherly support here in Baton Rouge, that she gave that to them as well. You know, she was almost like a second mother to a lot of those players, and you know, it's taking on a lot, man, and it's asking a lot of somebody to put everything aside and go, you know what, I'm gonna do this for others, and I'm serious when I say, you know, Baton Rouge LSU baseball would not be what it is without her, and that's a true statement. So,
Sandy Bertman, if you missed it, she passed away at the age of 87, and our condolences with Skip and the family and everybody that knew her and loved her. Tigers will play baseball today, about 11 minutes away from first pitch, LSU, Missouri. Again, bad weather expected tonight in Baton Rouge. They moved the game up to be able to get it in. The lineup is posted. The one, I think the two things notably here, Ethan Fry is going to DH. That gets another right-handed bat in the lineup. I think that makes sense, right? I mean, Missouri is going to start 3 lefties this weekend, so Fry DHs to get an extra right-handed bat in the lineup. And then Josh Pearson will play right. Are you surprised at all that Pearson plays right instead of Brown?
Is Brown in the lineup?
No. Because normally what we've seen them do is they put Brown in right and they DH Pearson, but they wanted to get a right-handed bat in the lineup, obviously, with Ethan Fry.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So basically it was Pearson over Brown was the choice. I wouldn't say surprised, man. Pearson's he's looked good.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, he really had. Brown has too. I'm not taking anything away from Brown, but I think we've all been waiting for Pearson to string together an entire season of success, you know. And when he decided to come back last year, it was like, okay, man, if he can put together those 2 or 3 week spurts that he had, or just those big moment spurts that he had, if he can put a full season together like that, this guy's gonna be a force.
I mean, he's a career 250 hitter. Josh Pearson is.
Yeah.
But he's had I know Jay says it all the time. What does he say? He's like the most clutch hitter in college baseball, and he's had major clutch moments. Like, he's unafraid in those moments, which is awesome. But I agree with you. Like, if you could see him go get 200 bats in a season, what does that look like? That'd be pretty cool to see. We might get that answer. The other change, I guess, the notable change here in the lineup is Braswell is going to play third. Reeves started at third the last 4 games. I don't know. Do you have a strong feeling there? It seems like you got one guy that's really established in Braswell, and a guy probably with a higher ceiling in Reeves, but they're going with the experienced guy here to start conference play.
I know Jay had a lot of good things to say about Reeves here recently, you know, and he's, to me, watching him, I don't know how to say it without being, you know, like disparaging, but I just, there's too many question marks, and I'm not saying Braswell is
on Reeves or Braswell.
Yeah, Reeves,
on Reeves
defensively.
Okay. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying Braswell's Ken Caminetti or anything, or, you know, Mike Schmidt.
What a pull.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd go Ken Caminetti.
Well, he's my favorite.
That's fair.
Yeah. He could have been
A-Rod at third base. How about that?
He could have been a wrestler for WWF at the time, too. Like, Caminetti was a stud.
Probably was.
There's a good chance. Great.
What an era. Jeff Kent mashing homers at second base.
What a supplemental program.
No doubt.
But to me, like, having
Needle
Braswell in
Kings.
there, like, yeah, you know, Braswell's going to catch the ball. He's going to throw it to first base. I thought he's played great defense. You need both of those guys going, and I was a little shocked. I thought it was Reeves' job. Like, I kind of, once the 4 games in a row, I'm like, oh.
Today.
Yeah. I'm like, he's going to be the guy.
Muse told me at the top of the hour, starting Braswell at third. I was like, I'm genuinely surprised they're doing that. I thought, you know, he was giving him that runway. Reeves, see, here's the thing. Reeves is up to 340, somewhere around there. Do you know offhand, Muse? He's somewhere in that range, right? I mean,
333.
So 333. So he's come along offensively, which is great. But the thing that I've repeated at the risk of being repetitive is, like, we know Braswell can.
Yeah.
I mean, he was your leading hitter in conference play last year. He had 310 against SEC.
Mm-hmm.
He had 387 in the postseason. Like, I know he can. He's at 150 right now. He scuffled to start the season. Midweek, he had some really good at-bats, drew a full count walk. He absolutely murdered a ball to center. It was a 400-foot out.
Mm-hmm.
But you know it's a little more solid defensively. So in a weekend like this, I'll ask you the question this way. When you're facing a Missouri team that is last in the conference in batting, in ERA, last in fielding percentage, 11th in batting average, but they actually can hit it a little bit, would you rather err on the side of offense against a team that's offensive, or would you rather the better defensive lineup in there.
Well, I think, even if they might be able to hit a little bit, like it's a huge mismatch offensively. Like LSU's offense is going to be way better than them. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's a lineup that LSU can put out there that you would say, oh, this is their defensive lineup. I'm just being honest. In the teams in the past, years past, yeah, I mean, there's some guys that I would say, if you're speaking about just Braswell and Reeves, though, I think Braswell's a little bit better. I think he's better defensively. I don't think he's like, oh my gosh, better defensively.
Let's be honest. If you're putting a defensive lineup out there, Brown's in right field, not Pearson.
That's right.
So I don't think it's that. Yeah. I think, and I could be wrong, Jay would probably answer this after the game, I just think he's going with his veteran players. Mm-hmm. He's going with a veteran guy in Hernandez behind the plate. He's going with a veteran guy at third in Braswell, and he's going with a veteran guy in Pearson and right. That's it. He's going with his veteran lineup. Now he's got Curiel in there playing left and leading off, but he's awesome. He's not coming down the line for the rest of his career. So I think that's more what he's leaning on here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, probably so. And they're good.
We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com, new and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. First pitch here in about 7 minutes from right now with LSU and Missouri. Remember, if you're in the market for a vehicle, weekends here, this is the time a lot of people shop for vehicles. The average car buyer visits 1.3 dealerships now before making a purchase. That number used to be 3-4 dealerships. Because you know what you do. You go on a Saturday, you go down Florida Boulevard to all the different dealerships.
Yeah, you just hit every one of them.
You hit them all, and you haggle and all this. Nobody does it anymore. You shop online, and then you go to the dealership. So go to southpointvw.com, check out all their inventory, work out your financing. You do all that at the website, southpointvw.com, and then go test drive one. Airline just north of Highland or southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? And if you don't go to South Point Volkswagen, you can kick rocks.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
I think you can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I know all of our listeners don't live in Baton Rouge.
True.
So some of this does not apply to you guys.
True.
But the traffic situation in East Baton Rouge Parish in Baton Rouge is absolutely, utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Interstates, highways, side streets, some idiot decided it was a good idea to cut down tree limbs on Highland Road at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Friday.
Idiot.
The whole thing was backed up. And if you're going to get in a wreck when it's not rush hour, please.
Idiots.
Pay attention and
put your phone down.
And back up the whole dang thing, like the interstate. Both ways. Highland Road, Seguin, Essen, Perkins, you name it. You can't get anywhere in this stupid town.
Kick rock.
I was in Lafayette today. Shout out Blaze Freeman.
SO.
Firmgroupagency.com. Help you with your business, your health insurance for your business. On the way back, around Gross Tet, dead stop all the way to the bridge. And by the way, you get over the bridge and you go to one of the exits, like past Nicholson, one lane off the bridge. I'm like, this is Interstate 10, and it's one lane. By the way, shout out Dixon McMakin closing down that Washington Street exit. Let's go. We need some real reform here. It's what we need. We need change in this
It's just
town.
common sense.
By the way, yesterday, can I give a kick rock?
Yeah. No, go.
I want to give a kick rocks to the idiot driver of a giant truck on the interstate yesterday. So they're moving one of those big, wide tanker things. So I don't know what it is.
It's a tanker thing.
That's fine. And they're taking up the right 2 lanes on I-10. Okay. It's a wide load, oversized load. By the way, maybe you could do that at 2 in the morning when nobody's on the road instead of, at 10 a.m. or noon when everybody's on the road. Anyway, but he's got one of these trucks. So it's 3 lanes, right? He's taking up the right 2 lanes. Fine. Okay, I get it. I mean, still, you're an idiot. You should be doing this at 2 in the morning.
That's right.
But so then he's got a truck following him to give a little buffer. Right?
I get it. Yeah.
Cool.
Smart.
Well, the truck following him giving the buffer is straddling the line on the left lane and the center lane. So they've got all 3 lanes blocked.
Not the 2 he was in.
Yeah, the 2. And now the left lane as well, because the following truck's at the left lane blocking. I'm going, hold on. So I come up on that truck that's blocking the left lane, and I'm laying on my horn.
Yeah,
like,
get out of the way, bro.
over. And so finally he does, and as I'm passing, he's going like pulling his horn at me. I'm shooting him the bird, saying every bad word out the window. 'Cause I'm like, hey, you're the jackass here.
Yeah.
You can have those 2 lanes. By the way, do this at 2 in the morning, it don't matter. But at noon, I got somewhere to be. I had a meeting yesterday, and I'm trying to haul downtown to get to this meeting, and I can't because I'm putt-putting behind this truck that's decided to take up 3 lanes unnecessarily.
That's unbelievable.
You're already taking up 2, that's fine, but get your ass over. Give the buffer behind the oversized lane. There's no reason for you to be blocking the left lane too. Get out the way.
Bro, let's do it at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, do it at 2 in the morning. I know what someone's going to say. I know we're going to get, they don't do that because of like low power lines. They don't want to move stuff in the dark. How about you map out your path and you avoid low power line areas?
Not my problem.
Not my problem, idiot. Have a little forethought so you don't ruin everybody else's day, you dorks,
Stupid
jerks, you morons.
Hey, you know what else can kick rocks?
Kick rock.
Conference tournaments.
Carnies.
No, I love carnies. Conference tournaments can kick rocks.
Yeah, they can.
The best basketball player on our planet.
Yeah, well.
Well, I think so. Because I like his name.
How about the best basketball player in college?
He's definitely that. I think
best college basketball player on the planet.
He's the best college basketball player on the planet, and he might be one of the best players on the planet. Was wheeled off the court in a game that doesn't matter at all, in a wheelchair, and now we might not see him dunking on people anytime soon in Cooper Flag. I think conference tournaments are dumb.
Idiots.
Whoever has the best record at the end of the season, that's the conference champion.
Why are we playing 18 regular season games if what we're doing is a stupid tournament? To determine, the regular season. Let that matter.
I want to give a hug.
Okay.
Today, tomorrow, and the next day is my favorite 3 days of the year. The Louisiana Sportsman's Outdoor Expo is happening at Lamar Dixon.
Going to that rattlesnake show, aren't
and
you?
I'm going to walk around that thing aimlessly. I'm going to go tonight. I'll get there with 30 minutes to spare to get the lay of the land. I'm going to map out my approach on Saturday. It's going to be terrible weather. I'm going to stay inside all day Saturday. I'm going to stop at every booth.
Love it.
On Saturday. And then I'm going to go back Sunday and I'm going to buy everything that I saw on Saturday.
Because you got to get all the deals on Sunday.
Yeah, they're going to be wanting to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm fired up. That's my hug. Our boy Cal Rogers. Make it happen.
Do you remember when we did AFR at the Sportsman Show?
And the guy almost beat me up? The Mike Fontenot look-alike? You remember that?
Yes. Of course I do. He didn't almost beat you up, but he was pissed. He definitely caught you trying to take candid photos of him.
Yeah. He was not happy.
I had those. By the way, I had those on my phone. I'll show you the pictures. So there's a guy at the sport. So Theriot and I are doing AFR. I think this was 2015. It's been 10 years.
Yeah. That was fun.
Because I think it was the year we got home from the hospital with Drew. So I think it was like this time, 2015. Theriot and I are at the Sportsman Show doing AFR at Lamar Dixon, shout out. And a guy is walking by this clothing rack. He's carrying a little dog. It's a dude with long hair and a hat holding a little dog. You would not picture it at all. Well, Theriot was like, that looks like Mike Fontenot.
Exactly like
you think it's Fontenot's doppelganger with long hair carrying a little dog.
Yes.
By the way, way too tall to be Fontenot. But anyway.
Fair.
And I'm not taking a shot. It's just it was a tall dude with long hair. 90s grunge rock long hair. And, I mean, you just start circling him. You're taking pictures of this guy. You're trying to, candidly just snap photos. And he totally catches you. Yeah. And comes over and is like, bro, you taking pictures of me, dude? What are you doing?
Why are you taking pictures of me?
He confronted you
about
it.
Pissed.
He was pissed.
He was.
And you're like, I thought you were somebody else.
Dude, if Fontenot's look-alike would have beat me up in the Sportsman Show.
You gotta never live that down. Oh, so good. All right, it's after further review. By the way, Kick Rocks presented by Ruckus.
Yes.
Check me out. You know where I got these, huh? Ooh. You know what Jonna noticed when y'all came in? Yeah. What did she say?
Ooh, I like those shoes.
Look.
Ooh, I like those shoes.
Got to match the kicks to the shirt.
Yeah.
Match the fit.
Match the fit. Those are good. Ruckus103.com. Go check them out. There's actually a lot of cool stuff over there right now. I had on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is.
When'd you go?
I looked at the website. Tilly has a pair right now that he has to go pick up.
If you
too.
went again without me,
no, I didn't.
I'm really starting to feel a little left out.
The baby blue SBs. I'm trying to get them. Trying to get them to order them for me. They sold out.
Yeah, they sold out
real fast.
Yeah, those aren't. That's why I was like, well, no, they're gone.
Yeah. Well, we're talking to the Nike rep about that.
Good luck.
Give
me one.
Ruckus
103. Ooh.
What you got? What's on there?
The bread and butter by Jordan brand. Look at that. Oh, it's like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, man.
Bro, I need that.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Those are Jalen. Hook up your boy. Look at him.
Those are special.
Ruckus103.com. LSU baseball is about to start. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark Hotel, the Renaissance Hotel. Brunch at the Watermark. Go do it this weekend.
Okay. I will.
I don't believe you, but you should. Ruckus 103. Go to the Watermark Hotel, downtown Baton Rouge. Sunday brunch. If you're worried about going downtown, don't. Sunday brunch. Anytime you're eating at the Gregory at the Watermark, valet parking, always complimentary. Easy. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. In, out. Got you covered. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown on Bluebonnet. Got an event coming up this year?
Yeah.
You probably will.
Yeah.
You got stuff.
Sure.
Always give my friend Allison Crump over at Renaissance Baton Rouge a call. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown on Bluebonnet. Renaissance has thousands of square foot of meeting space, including their grand ballroom, which can host events for 500 people. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Kate Anderson gets to the top of the first inning with a couple of strikeouts. Fly out, strikeout, strikeout. Tigers off and running here in SEC play. It's LSU and Missouri. Game 1 of 30. Ooh, that was a very generous.
Yeah.
That was an up and away. So, hey, touch the upper corner of the zone. I mean, if you put up K-zone right, they've been right there in the corner of the box, right?
Yeah, it was a perfect pitch.
That's what it would have been. Would have been a perfect pitch right there. Give me a thought, if you would. Riot Radio Hours, Theriot's in studio with us. Ben Mintz will be here in about 20 minutes. We'll get to our college baseball picks. Of course, LSU and Missouri got moved up a smidge today because of the bad weather coming through Baton Rouge. Expected to come through Baton Rouge tonight and Saturday. Give me a thought on LSU up until this point in the season, based on what you thought they would be, what they are here as they start conference play.
I kind of expected the pitchers to be a touch more dominant from what we've heard that was coming. I had hoped that Shores would be a little bit further along. I think he's going to be a guy as the season goes on that's going to really, really develop into a front-end guy. We didn't quite know what William Schmidt was going to do when the big lights came on. I think we know now.
Have the big lights come on yet?
Absolutely. Yeah. He's there.
All right, so here's my question. I'm just asking. So Kate Anderson a year ago was awesome in the pre-conference, unhittable, goes into conference play, just can't get guys out in the SEC.
Yeah.
This year, he's obviously looks awesome. What have you seen from Schmidt that leads you to believe it is going to translate against SEC hitters?
Well, look, the biggest difference is the stuff. William Schmidt has a mid to upper 90s fastball and a devastating breaking ball. Kate Anderson just doesn't have that. So he has to rely on location, obviously getting ahead of hitters. And we saw it in the SEC. The hitters are a little bit better, and if you miss 2 or 3 inches out over the plate, you're going to get hurt. 98 can make up for a lot of that. The high spin rate breaking ball can make up for a lot of that. My question with Schmitty was the strike throwing. Can he pound the zone with strikes? And he has. I mean, he's had a few hits, Bassman, but he's pounded the zone with strikes. He's worked in and out of some trouble, but just nothing tells me he's going to have issues. I don't expect him to be as dominant, obviously, but I think he's going to be a hell of an arm for him.
What do you think his role is?
I mean, I don't see how you don't start him at some point. I think he's a starter.
Well,
I don't know. I know what Jay said about the extended innings midweek and all that, so he could be available for the weekend. So I understand that piece, but I also been around the game long enough to know that somebody's going to struggle and somebody somebody will get injured, and it's just part of it. Like that's a thing.
And you think he'll be the next guy?
100%.
Yeah, it's interesting because as the season started, we kept having that conversation: would it be Ware or Schmidt? And you asked people around the program, and the answer pretty consistently was Connor Ware. Mm-hmm. But the last 2 times out, Connor Ware has been just bad. Yeah. So, I mean, it's only 2 outings. I'm not trying to overstate the importance of 2 outings, in a midweek. But Schmidt seems to now have taken that lead. And even if it's not during SEC play, eventually – in tournament play, you're going to need that guy who can either be a 4-starter or who can extend for you. If you get to, hopefully you don't, but if you have to get to Monday in a regional, certainly the SC tournament, if you have to get to Monday in a regional or in Omaha, of course, especially if you're in the losers bracket,
sure,
the way you set things up, you're going to need that guy eventually.
Yeah.
When LSU won it in 23, we all know the story, but Like, they didn't have a number 3 that year.
Right.
But they got otherworldly performances from Ackenhausen and Herring in the losers bracket, which extended the season, allowed them to get back to Skeens and Floyd, of course, win the national championship.
No, and look, I think
Hurd was great too. But
yeah, he was. One more surprise I would say this year is Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky's been a pleasant surprise for me.
Lil Dicky.
A
surprise, huh?
Yeah. You never know how those guys are going to translate. You know, and he looks as comfortable as you could possibly be in the batter's box.
I mean, dude has a dangling cross earring tat. He's got the Barry Bonds earring. Have you seen his leg tats?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't see it but watch him work out in shorts, like all the way down the leg.
Yeah.
Full leg art.
Huge edge. This guy's.
I don't know that I would. Maybe this is just semantics here. I'm not sure I would say surprised, because this was the expectation. Maybe validated. Surprised means you thought he was going to come in and not be this good. Like, you didn't think he was going to be good. He was he was one or two position player transfer guys in the country.
I mean, you just don't know. You know, you don't really. Maybe I didn't scout him or see him enough. You know, so I'm just talking about for me. I'm surprised.
How about this debut by Theriot? This is the surprise for me. I've seen tons of talented freshmen come into this program, and game one weren't ready to be a starter and leadoff guy. Like, he was ready game one.
This he's already made this guy throw 6 pitches in the first at bat of the game. Yeah,
that was 7.
That was 7. Yeah, poor guy.
I mean,
no, he's a hell of a player, man.
And that's what you told me this. It's what you want from a leadoff guy. Make him throw every pitch in his arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows everything to the guys in the dugout. There's another foul. I mean,
you know how pissed off that pitcher is right now?
Did you just see him throw 91? I mean, he just tried to chuck one past him. He just fouled it right over the third base.
Like, really, bro? 8 pitches?
8.
Would you just either get a hit or get out?
Just chop one to the third baseman, please, or just put one in. Just dump one into left,
or hit a homer. Just stop fouling them off.
Let me get to the big donkey who's waiting on deck, who's probably going to hit one 450 feet.
Young hitters need to watch this, because this is hitting 101, and it sets the tone for the entire game too. By the way,
9th pitch of the at bat to Theriot, and he pops up.
That was ball 4.
It was high. Oh, they stink. Oh my God,
gosh.
He caught it. And you get a glimpse of the worst fielding team in the SEC and why. I don't know how the wind is blowing out there, but they almost just had a pop fly on the infield land. Anyway, Theriot pops out.
Still a hell of an AB.
9-pitch at bat.
Yeah.
All right, it's after further review. Hey, we're going to get to Ask Ryan. So get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. Remember, they got 8 locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area. So we always say eye care, eyewear, and eye surgery. So if you need to have your eye exam, like Theriot, who yesterday I'm sitting next to in our parish meeting, and he puts the readers on the end of his nose. Are you just doing that because you like the way that it looks?
I feel like it gives me a little, it gives me a little class, like a little professionalism.
It makes you look old.
Wisdom. It gives me a little wisdom.
No.
That's why I cut my hair.
That's a better idea. Yeah. You do look like Broadmoor Ryan right now.
I liked Broadmoor Ryan. He was good.
Okay. Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. All right, Jones is at the plate. 1-2 count. Keep you posted on how this goes. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 1 with a little Ask Ryan. So get your questions in. You can ask Theriot anything about anything, so fire away for that. And we'll wrap up hour number 1. Ben Mintz will give us our college baseball. Mintz and I will give you 3 college baseball picks coming up here after the top of the hour. Stick around and say bar.
After further review.
You know where the garage is?
Yeah.
Where?
Right next to the front door.
No, that's not actually it. Oh. The garage is not at your house. The garage is the new podcast room at Gordon McKernan.
Okay.
They've converted a space, the garage, into a podcast room.
I like that.
And that's where they're bringing in a lot of the G team members to do one-on-one sit-down interviews. I actually asked if I could be a guest. I don't know if they want to talk to me. I would love to about whatever, but I want to go to the garage and hang out. Flaugier and Issa Moro, all them were just in there.
I like garages.
You can go to Gordon's YouTube channel. You want to see the garage, all the one-on-one sit-downs they're doing. You can always go to getgordon.com. Of course, you've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 30 years. $3 billion in damages recovered. Get Gordon and get it done.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wildin'.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Bounce for the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it. Bounce for the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, 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 baby, shake, baby, shake, shake, shake. Twerk, baby, twerk, baby, twerk, 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 baby, twerk, baby, twerk, twerk, twerk. Stop, shake it and watch it, twerk it, pause, now stand up tall, yeah, I do the jubilee, oh, do the jubilee, oh.
Wrapping up hour number 2. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Time to get to Ask Ryan. Get your questions in. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. Tigers trying to put together a little chew
review.
Hey, everybody, bye!
Ooh, Shawbills!
Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawbillsTire.com. Locations all over South Louisiana. They started in Morgan City in 1968.
I didn't know that.
Came up to Baton Rouge. Expanded west Baton Rouge. Now they're in Acadiana, Youngsville, Lafayette. I was over there today, as a matter of fact. You know what I love about Shawbills? They treat you like family. They'll sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices. They treat you like family. Keep coming back year after year after year for everything you need. Oil changes, Shawbills. When you're like Theriot and you need your tire repaired like twice a month, bring it to Shawbills.
Yeah.
How much they charge you to do that, by the way?
Free.
Yep. It's actually true.
Yep. It is free.
Free tire repairs. For every vehicle in the family. Shaw Bill's Tire and Auto Service. Why? Because Mr. Charlie said that's just what you do. That's how you treat people right. Shaw Bill's Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Schedule service online. Find the location nearest you. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the...
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. After rolling his left ankle Thursday, ACC Player and Rookie of the Year Cooper Flagg will sit out for Duke tonight against North Carolina. ESPN's Myron Metcalf says it was probably tough to convince Flagg to sit out.
What people got to understand about Cooper Flagg is, I know this is a 6'9" kid from Maine. He's one of the nastiest players I've ever come. Just in terms of his attitude. He doesn't want to be your friend. He doesn't like you if you're on the opposing team, and he wants to dunk on you. And he wants your parents to be in the crowd and watch it happen.
Myron Metcalf on Unsportsmanlike. The ACC semifinals tonight starting at 7 Eastern with the Blue Devils and the Tar Heels on ESPN Radio and TV. The Big 12 semifinals also at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN2. Our Adam Schefter reports the Bengals are making progress on long-term contracts for wideouts Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And Jeremy Fowler reports the Chiefs will re-sign running back Kareem Hunt. He'll get a one-year deal worth up to $2.5 million. He led the team in rushing yards last season.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Guess who's back again?
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out your wearing Spanx that hide your gut. Let me find out your stomach bigger than your butt. Let me find out them booty pads underneath. Let me find out that ain't your real booty meat.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
YouTube. And Theriot. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, bro.
Yo, bro.
All right. LSU down 2-0 to Mizzou. A base knock and a 2-run blast. A bloop and a blast, as they say, in LSU trailing top 2. Concerned over Cade Anderson?
Yeah, you don't like to give up homers.
Nope.
That's not a good thing. But you got to get ahead. With his stuff, he is a location guy, man. You have to get ahead.
Dude, I'm telling you, not going to sit here and melt an inning and a third, or just an inning, I guess. There's no outs in the second, right? No outs?
One out.
There's 2 outs?
Two
All right,
outs.
2 outs. Sorry. So an inning and 2/3 here into the first SEC start. But Cade Anderson had trouble getting it. He was awesome in the pre-conference last year. Couldn't get SEC hitters out. He's awesome in the pre-conference this year. Still got to see it. Let me see if we can get SEC hitters out.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Good news is I'm with you. But still got to do something he hadn't proved he can do. So, I still think Missouri's pitching staff stinks, and LSU is going to score a lot of runs in this game and win. But I don't feel super great right there.
No.
Hey, do we have an open for Mincy? Do we have an open last year?
We did. I haven't gotten it redone, so it's still voice
No worries,
guy.
Muse. We're only a month into the season. Got plenty of time. Just a month into the season.
And I could play the old open.
Yeah, hit it. Let's do it. Hit the old open. Let's go. Here we go.
Well, hold on.
Oh, no worries, Muse. We'll just wait on you.
Yeah.
Whatever you got. See, this is what happens when baseball's on. When
that has nothing to do with this.
Muse is in a bad mood and he's not paying attention.
He was pissed.
We
He's
haven't
pissed.
played the open all year. That has
There he is.
nothing to do with the game.
There he is.
I hear him muttering over
Now
there.
he's being combative. He's like, that's what happens.
Walk a guy, fall behind. Home run.
Home run. Can't do that. Cade, you can't do that. Cade's yelling at. Can't do that, Cade.
Calling him Cade.
Cade called him Cade.
Yeah. Oh, Cade.
Like his dad. Hana, Cade. Little plug in his mouth.
Muse was pissed.
Muse was pissed. It's okay. We'll just move on. I don't think the audience wants to wait, so we'll just go. There we go. Oh, there it is. Oh, I forgot about ham. Oh, it's so good. See, we need that.
It's time to cash some tickets. Let's preview the college baseball weekend with Ben Mintz and Barstool Sports, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
glad
that.
we did it, Muse. I forgot about ham on there.
There you go.
That's good. Mincy, how are you, dude?
I'm doing great. March Madness going crazy. I've got first Chicago St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. So I'm real curious to see. I've heard a lot of hype about that. I know Baton Rouge is going to do it big tomorrow too, I'm sure.
So
everything.
Terrible weather here, Mincy. They moved St. Patty's Day parade to Sunday because of the weather. Oh, he froze. Is he there? Oh, there he is. You're good. Okay.
Here?
No, you're good. Yeah, so they moved St. Patty's Day parade to Sunday in Baton Rouge. But hey, isn't Chicago, don't they turn like the river?
Green. Turn to green.
Yeah.
They do. The river turns. They turn to green.
What river is that?
Chicago River.
Is it where that's what it's called, the Chicago River?
I don't know.
Mincy?
I think so. I just know. I always just hear they dye the river green at like 9 or 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm gonna get out and hop around, but 35-mile-an-hour winds here tomorrow. So
It is a Chicago River.
I'm not a small guy, and I might get blown into the Green River.
Mintzy. All right, here we go. Full slate of games. Conference play is upon us. We did this last year. I'll give picks. Muse, you going to play?
Sure. Let me pull up the DraftKings Sportsbook. We'll wing it.
Okay. Muse will play. Mintzy will play. Let's go. Mintzy, you want to do the honors? Start us off. What you looking at?
Yeah, let's do it. So, man, great weekend. I mean, I know it's going to be like this all year in the SEC because the level of depth in the league is crazy. But, you got Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Bama A&M's interesting, Vandy, Auburn. I mean, Texas opening first SEC series at Mississippi State, Oklahoma taking on Mizzou. Moment of celebration. Ole Miss 10-5 final over Arkansas. Rebs are back, baby. Rebs are back. Rebs are back, baby. The Rebs are back.
You did that right as Josh Pearson got hit by a pitch. I'm like, is he celebrating Josh Pearson getting on base?
Yeah,
it can't be. No, he's celebrating Ole Miss getting a win.
Yeah, people are saying that Ole Miss owns the state of Arkansas now, too. I do want to mention, every year we steal their best 3 or 4 football players in the portal, broke their hearts in the SEC tournament, basketball, now this win. So I may not be saying it, but people are saying Ole Miss owns Arkansas.
Yeah, no one in our audience is saying that, Mitzi, because nobody cares about Ole Miss or Arkansas. So no one was aware of anything that you just said. But
I kind of like Ole Miss a little bit, but nobody cares about Arkansas.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody cares about Arkansas. Yeah. All right, Mitzi, go ahead. First pick. What you got?
All right, first pick. We got some fun ones. I'm going Texas minus 125 at Mississippi State.
Okay.
Solely because I've been telling y'all about that Spencer lefty I like a lot from Indiana State transfer. He's a stud. You're getting him at almost a little above even money tonight to Starkville. I'm in. That's my first pick.
All right. Muse, you got one you like off the bat?
Yeah. I'm going to take A&M at home. I know they haven't been playing well, but Ryan Prager's still been really, really good as Luis Hernandez just homers and ties the game.
See now, look how happy he is.
Texas A&M, the offense will eventually come. Jay Slavulet's not going to hit 240 all year. So I'll take A&M minus 160. A little juice, but I'll take it.
Hey, Mincy, remind me, what we did this last year. I don't remember. There was a ceiling for money line plays. What do you remember what it was? What's our rule here?
I know it was under 200. I think it was under 200.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take I have to make a play on Tennessee. If Liam Doyle's getting the ball, I got to be somewhere in there. So I'm going to go under 11. The total in the game is 11. I'm a little nervous because I think Tennessee's offense may go bonkers, but I'm going to take Tennessee, Florida under 11 runs scored in that ball game. That'll be my first. What do you think about that, Terry?
That's interesting.
Why?
That's an interesting one. I think they're going to score a lot of runs.
Tennessee may. I just don't think Florida's scoring against Tennessee in Knoxville with Liam Doyle pitching. Have you watched him at all this year?
I have.
Holy crap.
Tennessee might score 15.
Mincy, people are saying, not all, but some people are saying that Tennessee just keeps taking Ole Miss's best player.
Yeah, it's Doyle and Fisher. They're a power hitter both.
That was good. You just liked it.
Hey, Ole Miss, Hunter Elliott being back. At least Ole Miss has got a Friday night guy.
Dude, he looks good, too.
Imagine if Ole Miss had Liam Doyle. And you had Elliott Doyle at the front of a rotation. Like, that's a CWS team. I mean, that's a contender.
Yeah, he had a 5.80 ERA last year. So
I know.
Maybe Tennessee's. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on up there in Tennessee, but they got him rolling right now. All right, Mincy, what's your second play?
Second play, I'm going to go to the Oklahoma-South Carolina game. I'm going under 11 in this one.
Okay.
More because I like the Oklahoma Witherspoon ace. And, Matt, you're the same. I'm just, when in doubt, I like taking unders on Friday night when the aces are gone.
Yeah. Muse, you got a second game?
Yeah, I'm playing that same game, but I'm taking Oklahoma minus 1.5 on the run line, even money. I don't think South Carolina can score. Okay. I don't think their offense is any good outside of Ethan Petrie.
They can't pitch it either.
Yeah.
I am going West Virginia, Oklahoma State. I couldn't tell you a lick about either of these teams.
I love that.
The number is 17. God bless. I'll go under 17. It's Mincy. It's 17.
On Friday. You see that on Sunday sometimes, but on Friday?
I'll take under 17 in that game. And if we come back here next Friday and they put up a combined 36 runs, I'll be an idiot, okay? But I'll go under 17 in West Virginia, Oklahoma State. All right, Mincy, what's your third game?
My third game, I'm going to lay – I know it's dicey because it's a high money line, so I'm going to lay the 1.5 with the Georgia Bulldogs at home against Kentucky because – Georgia's, man, I don't know what's going on, but they're hitting more. I believe they lead the country in homers, or they're right there. They're mashing the ball. And Kentucky had such a storyline last year. You know, they were the number 2 national seed, all that. They lost everybody, and somebody's got to lose in the SEC, and I think they're going to regress this year.
Okay, that's a good play. Muse, third pick?
Yeah, man, I was looking at the Florida State game, but it already started. It just started, so it's off the board now. But I was going to back Jamie Arnold against Boston College.
I'll give it to you. Do you know what the line was?
I don't.
Okay.
I was hoping I could get in there. But you know what? We'll take another home underdog here on the money line, Auburn, behind Sam Dutton against Vandy. Vandy has not been very good offensively at all. On the road, the Plains. Auburn's looked pretty good. Let's see what they got. So we'll back them even money.
So I have 2 possibilities for my third play, and this is why I need a ruling here, and I'll accept whatever you all decide. So I have a money line parlay coming back at 149, but if you will not allow me a parlay, then I'll give you my other pick.
I'll allow you a parlay.
Yeah, I'll allow you a parlay, man.
Okay.
Let's do it.
College baseball, man.
Muse. My other pick was Vandy minus 130 at Auburn. So we would be going head-to-head. But the parlay, I have Oregon State on the money line at minus 395. They're playing Grand Canyon. They'll obviously, I feel really good with Oregon State there. But I like Wake minus 298 as well. So I'm gonna link up Wake Forest and Oregon State on the money line, coming back at minus 149. Still a lot of juice there, but feel pretty good about that one on a Friday night. But my other play was Vandy minus 130 on the money line. So Muse and I would be going head-to-head on that one. But I'll take my money line parlay, which is my preferred play there, because I do tend to agree with you. I'm a little nervous about Vandy being a road favorite in that one. But I'm not sold on Auburn and our buddy Sam Dutton.
Sammy D.
Yeah, nice classes, kid. Good luck to him. Hope he does great. Mintzy, what else is good in the world, man? What you got going on this weekend?
Man, I'm actually going to my old stomping grounds in Shreveport, Bossier next weekend for March Madness for a draft. DraftKings is a big opening at the live casino. Apparently, the live casino put like $300 million into redoing the Diamond Jacks, so that'll be fun. Be good to get back to North Louisiana. We got all kinds of March Madness stuff going. I'm about to go back to the office to stream. But that's about most of what I got.
Mintzy, we appreciate it, man. We're looking forward to doing this all throughout conference play.
Heck yeah, man. Love it. Y'all have a great weekend. Sunday, man, I got to say before I go, that Baton Rouge St. Patty's, going back to when I was in college, some of my favorite memories. The Baton Rouge St. Patty's, I know everybody knows in Baton Rouge how much fun that is. But, man, I got to ride in it a couple years ago. I freaking love that event, and so I hope you all have fun Sunday.
It's one of the best days in Baton Rouge, no doubt. I mean, the city turns up. It's going to be a great day. Mintzy, have a great weekend, man. We'll talk next week. Okay, I think we lost him there. All right, y'all be thanks, Mintz. We appreciate it. Brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com. For Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, join Muse and everyone else who's getting engaged at the engagement event over at Lee Michaels in the mall on May 20th through 22nd. Yeah, you can try on all these different wedding bands. They'll have loose diamonds. They'll have engagement rings for her, for him. Great opportunity. May 20th to 22nd. Lee Michaels in the mall, Louisiana. Muse will be there. Y'all go say hey to
Is he really getting engaged?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're closer today than we were yesterday.
Congrats, Muse.
Thank you, but I'm not getting engaged.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, with that attitude, you won't.
Well, maybe one day here.
Which is why you need to go to the Lee Michaels bridal event.
You're saying plan ahead.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, seriously.
Go buy a ring now. That way you don't have to do it when you get engaged.
That's true. You have it already.
People should do that.
Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. All right, we're not at 2 after Luis Hernandez mashed a 2-run bomb. Bear Jones up with, is it Stanfield on first? Okay, Stanfield's on first. 2 outs. Bear Jones up with 1-2 count. Keep you posted. A pair of 2-run homers. LSU and Missouri knotted at 2 here in the bottom of the second. We'll keep you posted. Let me knock on a quick break. Come back. The Theriot girls are about to run in a national track meet. Do we know, or is it on time still?
We got pushed back. We're around 5:40 now.
5:40. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to keep it on. Hey, I want to break. We come back. Ross Dellinger has an NIL feature. Ooh, Jones fans for the second time. NIL feature about LSU and how they pulled together this portal class and everything. We'll delve into that a little bit when we get back. It's AFR.
AFR.
All right, it's Friday in Lent. So a lot of people we know Friday and Lent, you're not eating meat, right? So you got to, unfortunately, have to suffer living in South Louisiana. You have to eat seafood. Bummer, right?
Which is also meat, but
it's not. It's fish meat.
Okay.
How about this? Go to Rouse's. Rouse's has all the bowl of seafood you could want.
Okay, I like
all right,
that.
you ready for this?
Yep, I'm ready.
Here's their boiled seafood combo today at Rouse's.
Okay.
Boiled snow crab, Dungeness crab, and Gulf shrimp combo with corn and potatoes for $15.99. Look.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's that's $15.99.
$15.99.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. Get by Rouse's. If you want crawfish, shrimp, boiled, you want a nice piece of fish to throw on the grill tonight, you need seafood, you need Rouse's. Rouse's.com. Rouse's! This feels like home.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
What a jam. Greatest song of the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
Most popular song of the 90s?
For us, for me, down here.
It's either this or I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. I'm not saying the best song. I'm just saying like the most popular, most recognizable, maybe most played song. Is that fair? I mean, someone has to have done that list. Like, what's the most played song of the 90s? I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys is probably number 1. This might be number 2. Like, if you go in the 2000s, the aughts, Usher, yeah. I know around... I heard a Casey Kasem countdown or something like about the aughts, and it was Usher, yeah.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
I loved Casey.
Who did? All right, LSU and Mizzou, 2-2. We're top three. A couple of 2-run homers, one for each team, and we're not at 2. Ross Dellinger has a piece at Yahoo, and talked to Ross earlier today. The NIL conversation is fascinating, and the thing that is sort of nondescript right now is, like, how much are teams spending in NIL? Right? You can go on the internet and you go on Twitter or other places, and you can get a lot of numbers that people throw out there, and you don't really know what to believe. Right? What I find very interesting is you're starting to get people who are more comfortable giving numbers. And maybe early in NIL it was maybe for competitive purposes. You didn't want your competitors to know what you were spending. Maybe you didn't want your players to know what you were spending. Like, what if you're paying one guy X, the other guy's like, well, this is the market, this is what I want, right? The more information's out there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe boosters just didn't want other people knowing what they were giving or what they were spending. But for whatever reason, you're starting to have coaches and players and boosters and collective representatives talk more openly about numbers. And a lot of that has to do, I think, with revenue share. Well, Ross Dellinger has this piece of Yahoo right now, and it's an NIL piece centered around Brian Kelly and LSU. If you go to the college sports page of Yahoo, it's right there. Quote, "It's a money game now, how LSU is using NIL to keep up in an ever-evolving college football world." And probably the most surprising thing for a lot of people is you were introduced in this piece to a 7-figure donor for LSU that most people have never heard of. His name is Holden Spate, for those that aren't familiar. And Holden is from Baton Rouge. He's a billionaire who lives in Silicon Valley. Didn't go to LSU, went to Harvard Business School, and lives in the Bay Area, but is a billionaire who's, in the early days of the collective, there were 3 7-figure donors, 3. And 2 of them are very prominent. You know, it's Todd Graves and Gordon, and the third was Holden. And now Ross is the first, is, to my knowledge, the first person ever to name Holden like this in a piece. So that's a name that a lot of LSU fans are going to be familiar with now. As someone who's very generous, big LSU fan, even though he didn't go to LSU and doesn't even live here anymore. But that's one. The other thing that's interesting is in this piece, Brian Kelly kind of detailed their springtime goal, their fundraising goal was $13 million. Ross quotes Pepper Rutland from MMR, who acknowledges giving a 7-figure gift for this portal push, along with the guys that we mentioned. Brian Kelly committed 7 figures, as we know, with the $1 million match. So he walks through a lot of how they put this together. But I think the most interesting thing is, again, Ross does a great job. Would highly recommend you go read this over at Yahoo. What I think is the most fascinating part of this is sustainability as you get to revenue share. Because I'll break this down very simply. The collective raised all this money in a relatively short amount of time, right?
Yep.
Coming up, well, everyone anticipates July 1st, the start of revenue share. It's ambiguous if collectives are going to be able to spend money the way they are, which is under the guise of NIL, but it's pay for play.
Right.
So all of these schools who have raised money from their collectives, they're sitting on piles of cash that they may not be able to burn after July 1st.
Correct.
So what are they doing now? Spending it.
Burning it.
All of it. So a lot of people are going to hear, okay, if LSU puts $15 million from rev share toward football and Brian Kelly says they wanted to raise $13 million for the collective. That's $28 million. Does that mean LSU has a $28 million roster next year? No, it does not. Because a lot of what Ross explains in here is how they are structuring these NIL deals by front-loading right now. So let's say, hypothetically, you have a player that's going to get $1 million in NIL. Maybe you give them $800K now from the collective, but only $200K during the season from rev share, right?
Okay.
Well, that's great. Well, what do you do next year if you can't front load? Do you front load with rev share money and just continue repeating this process? So then, like, your revenue share money, let's say if it's $15 million next year, do you front load with rev share money so during the season you're paying a lesser dollar amount so you never go over? Remember, you're capped. $20.5 million is the estimated number. You can't go over that. So how do you make it happen where you have enough money to spend in that spring portal or that first portal window in December to where you can commit to guys to get them here so you're not waiting to spend in the fall? It's an interesting cycle. I might not be explaining this very well. You look confused. But I think that's going to be the fascinating thing is right now, the easiest way to say it is you dumped all this money from the collective right now into this transfer class. Next year, in theory, you're not going to be able to.
Nobody will.
Nobody will. So
there's a cap.
There's a cap with rev share. So what do you do to make sure you have enough money to go be competitive in the portal class next December?
But everybody's in the same boat, right?
Unless if you have all of your money already tied up in deals from your revenue share. And so my point is, if LSU front loads contracts right now, and not everybody had as much cash as LSU did to front load.
That's right. But that's only for this year.
Right.
So going 2, 3, 4 years.
Your question is right. It's the same one I was asking. Mm-hmm. So like, what happens when this front loading from NIL cycles off? Then what do you do?
Because you don't have the collective money anymore.
But my contention is, I think they continue front loading deals with revenue share money. So, and the process starts with the collective dollars. Mm-hmm. So like this spring, all right, you're front loading with NIL money. Mm-hmm. So let's just say hypothetically, I'm just using a hypothetical number. Let's say you have $15 million earmarked in rev share for football. Moving forward, let's say you use $3 million. You only need $3 million of it to complete all these deals that you've signed. Okay.
Okay.
Well, then in December, the $12 million that you didn't use for this football season, you can front load.
Got it.
And so then when you get to the next year cycle, when it restarts,
15 more.
You start over. Like, I think for LSU, they're fine. I could be wrong. And like, again, I'm doing this on the periphery. Like, I'm not sitting there with Austin Thomas crunching numbers the way that he is to figure out what they're going to spend on who. So it could change. There's a lot of ambiguity we don't know. But my very simple math on this is to say teams like LSU, who had this moment right here where they could front load heavily contracts, are going to have a big advantage because teams that don't, yes, that cap is going to exist, but after June 1, but all the teams that are going to do that next year, they're going to have that problem where you keep spending in the fall. And if you've committed so much money to your roster in the fall, then what do you have in December and in that first portal window to spend on transfers? And you're not going to have it.
So I have a question.
Does that make sense? Am I explaining that well? I don't know if I'm explaining that well.
Yeah, no, you're explaining it well, but like just everybody, you're using $15 million as a number. Everybody in the SEC's got $15 million. Whether you choose to spend it in the first portal window or the second portal window, that's totally up to you.
Well, here's the thing. I'm saying 15 because the estimates are that LSU is going to give about 75% of its $20 million for football.
Okay.
So then $5 million for the rest of the sports.
All right.
That's just again, that's a rough estimate. That's what Ross.
Is every school at that 20 million number?
Every school can spend up to 20.5.
Right.
So you could choose to. If you don't have it, you don't spend it.
Is that in the entire SEC?
That's in the entire country.
Okay, so everybody's got 20.5.
That's the estimate. And then you could choose how much of that you want to allocate. And that's for all of your sports, all of your athletes.
Can you spend it?
You can spend it indiscriminately.
What if you don't spend it all? Does it roll over?
No.
That's what you get.
It's just a cap for that year. And by the way, this is the important note. It's not a calendar year. It's the school year. So from June to July, right? So not calendar 25 or calendar 26. We're talking about starting fall of 25, right? Or July 1 of 25 through June of 26.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I think everybody does. I got a question, though. Can I no longer go do an NIL deal with a college athlete?
Yes, you can. You can do a legitimate NIL deal.
Right.
But every NIL deal over $600 has to go through the clearinghouse now after this is all the house settlement's done, which is going to be overseen by Deloitte.
Okay.
So let's say Parrish, you and I, Tilly, we want to go do a deal with Milam.
Yeah.
Let's just say Milam. Okay. We got a good relationship with Steven. Right? That's fair to say. I don't think he minds. I mean, he's been whatever. Okay. We go to Milam. We want Milam to endorse Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give Milam. So what would be? Let's say we're going to just pay Steven $5,000 to be in our TV spot, do some hits, social, whatever. Okay. I'm just throwing that hypothetically. We would submit that to Deloitte, who would determine if what we're going to pay him for the services rendered is fair market value. And they say yes or no. And they have to do that for every single NIL deal over $600. This is where this is the cynic in me, right? Where I'm going to keep coming back going, that's super well-intentioned. How in the hell is that organization going to oversee every single NIL deal? Every athlete in every sport across the country over $600 in the term of validity.
What if they say it's not valid?
Great question.
Like who's the oversight?
Deloitte. And what they say goes. And then if you proceed anyway, the NCAA has said they'll punish you. And they're talking about real punishments now, not like stupid punishments from the NCAA in the past, like fines, suspensions, like legitimate punishments for going awry. See, but this is all what I'm talking about. Like, your head spinning is the thing that I've been thinking about for it feels like such a massive undertaking. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Because ultimately what I think is going to happen is you're still going to have rich people who want to spend money to help their team win that are going to find a way to do it. Maybe you're going back to the days of the bag man. I don't know. But I find it so hard to believe. They're well-intentioned, I think, and they got a good plan of what they're trying to do. I just don't think it's executable. Just my opinion. What you got?
I mean, I'm just thinking about ways to get around it. Like if you're in an industry,
you think of it. I'm gonna sip some Evermore.
If you're in an industry, like let's take an attorney for instance that has a giant settlement. Well, the margins that are there for that in that transaction are huge. Let's say it's $1 billion settlement. Who's to say that athlete A wasn't a key factor in getting client B their $1 billion settlement? Well, we want to pay that guy $500 million because he brought this person to our attention.
This is a super outlier of an example, but I understand your point. Then Deloitte would determine if that is a valid deal. And if they say no, you're going to have a lawsuit. And I think we're going to have tons of lawsuits.
There's going to be
of course
a lot of lawsuits.
That's why I think this won't work.
Certain industries are huge. The guy you talked about, Spade, is a tech guy.
Yeah.
He owns a private equity deal. I was just Well, Stephen Milam helped me go purchase this company because he knew a guy who knew a guy. Without him, I couldn't have done it. We paid $1 billion for the company. I'm going to pay him $200 million.
I'm not giving him $200 million.
I'm going to give him $50 million. The thing was $1 billion. You're telling me that's. I mean, think about it.
Huh?
Okay. Good luck.
Go read the piece. It's fascinating. Royce did a really good job. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Siegel near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Weekends here. Weather's going to be a little nasty on Saturday morning, but when the weather clears, great opportunity to get by Clegg's, get in your garden and just plant something. Buy local, shop local. Hey, any of the 4 locations, Every single day, I tell you, y'all, check out their Facebook page because every single day over at Clegg's, they update their Facebook page whenever they get new items in. If you need mulch, bag or bulk. If you need soil, bag or bulk, they got you. Flowers, plants, trees, shrubs.
Seeds.
They got them. Johnny Naylor seeds. The greenhouses right now are bursting with blooms. Plant a garden, tomato plants, vegetables. They got Johnny Naylor's garden seeds.
You need a couple hoes.
They've got tropical hibiscus. They've got rose bushes. They've got Boston fern hanging baskets. Got weed in your lawn?
You need some weed.
Muse. They got weed killer. Clegg's Nursery.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Get your questions in for Ask Ryan. Email us, tweet us, text us. 225-396-4400, 396-4400. I was like, am I giving out the right number? I just thought for a second, am I giving out my cell number? I had to stop and pause. No, I'm not. 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We'll get to Ask Ryan in just a second. Did you want more of that music?
I want the name of that song. What is it?
The game belongs to me, UGK.
Okay.
There it is. Okay. All right, LSU and Mizzou are tied at 2. Huh.
I liked it.
LSU and Mizzou.
I liked it.
Tied at 2. Bottom of the 4th. Man on first. Braswell up with 1 out, or as Ryan says, Braswell?
Braswell.
Why do you say Braswell?
Well, that's what Coach Pete would say.
That is what Coach Pete would say.
Coach Pete would call him Braswell.
Oh, man. Let's think about when Coach Pete was over at Traction for a little NFL combine training.
He's the best.
Wait, I was talking to Mac today. Y'all are opening a new Traction?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir.
Where?
New Traction alert. Ascension Parish, right by Lamar Dixon, Gonzales.
Okay.
Right off the interstate. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the AP. You got your own Traction now.
Yeah, Ascension is where it's at, bro. We're fired up about this.
LFG.
Yeah, dude.
Good for you.
Traction Ascension is a thing, and there's some other stuff coming too. Got to keep it quiet.
What you mean?
But we got some other action going out to Ascension.
Cooper Kupp joining the Seattle Seahawks on a 3-year deal. Kupp was reportedly in the mix, or I should say New Orleans was reportedly in the mix for Cooper Kupp in those conversations. But he's headed to Seattle on a 3-year deal. Of course, Seattle bringing in Sam Darnold at quarterback, Geno Smith, DK Metcalf are out. So they need to sort of solidify there in Seattle. So Cooper Kupp's headed up there. New Orleans Saints continuing to do work here in free agency. But I don't know that they're making their team any better.
Where did DK Metcalf go?
To Washington with the Commanders.
Oh, man. Didn't they get another receiver, too?
Yeah.
Debo went. Debo went to the Commanders.
That's right. Thank you. I was like, did I screw that
Where
up?
did DK go?
I'm looking it up.
Okay, because that guy's
Steelers.
The Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay.
A lot of moves.
Okay, I like that.
Thank you, Paul. Look at Paulie. See, Paulie doesn't talk much, but when Paulie talks, it's impactful, right?
People listen.
They should.
When Paulie talks, people listen.
What are you going to do this weekend?
I'm going to the Louisiana Outdoor Expo.
All right, I'm going to
all weekend.
So just some real talk here for a second, okay? This is a very distracted moment, and I'm going to set the stage for what's happening right now. All right, we have the LSU baseball on in studio, which means Muse is not paying attention to us at all. He's very angry. Very angry.
Debo, what are you talking about?
Very angry. See how combative he was with that? See how angry he is?
He's all right. He was angry earlier. It's a tie game. He's a little on edge, but I wouldn't call him angry.
But on the other TV in studio, we have the New Balance Indoor National Track Meet going on right now.
Yes.
And in a matter of moments, Macy and Georgia Theriot are going to be competing in a national. This is the national championship, right? Or is this a heat to get to the finals?
No, I mean, but
this is it.
They have a couple heats, but it's a time thing. So
so they're only running it once.
Yeah, but you're running against the clock. And Lucy and Molly Kramer too.
Yeah, Macy, Georgie, Lucy, Molly.
That's it.
They're running. It's called
the DMR.
Yep.
So Distance Medley Relay.
Got it. So it's a 400, an 800, a 1200, and a 1600. Correct? Did I get that right?
Jonna?
Okay. Jonna said I'm right. So Ryan's watching. Jonna is in studio with us watching as well.
She's locked.
We have it on the Paul. You can go big screen. Look, so the TV on the far right there, if you're watching, that's the race. There's Jonna right there. Wave, Jonna. There you go. So we're waiting to watch the Theriot children compete in a national track meet. It's live streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, it's big.
You can watch it. So the final segment of this show is going to be. You just took a big nervous breath. Are you nervous?
Not yet.
John, are you nervous? Okay, John is very nervous.
Jonna gets nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, talking to that microphone. Yeah, talking to that microphone.
Well,
all right, so this is Jonna, Ryan's
Ryan
wife.
said he couldn't cancel the radio show. So.
Were you gonna no show me?
No, absolutely not.
Jonna, did you want him to no show?
I wanted him to watch the race with me.
Okay.
So he said you're gonna have to come to the radio show.
I love it. Okay.
I'm committed to the game.
We are all watching this together.
I'm committed, bro.
I'm nervous for you.
Yeah,
actually.
This is it. It's all.
This is so awesome. Paul, just leave your. You're not going to use it. Leave your mic there so she has.
This is better than a bar in here.
Look at
there's Coors Light in here. Absolutely.
No,
not in here.
No,
behind my chair.
There's
Bud Light.
That's right. In here.
That's right.
There is Bud Light in here.
There's no Coors Light in here.
No,
it's Bud Light.
None.
Coors Light sucks.
Blasphemy. Yeah. The guys in the other show talk about them.
Bud Light.
Bud Light,
and
the
Evermore.
Official beer of AFR,
Bud
the
Light.
official beer of the New Orleans Saints,
the official beer of
the
everybody.
LSU Tigers, the official beer of Buds and Boils.
In the world.
Anything else, blasphemy,
Bud
don't
Light.
let it in this studio.
Bud Light.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get one out of the fridge and drink it right now to make me less nervous about what's about to happen.
About the race.
Bud Light.
All right, you're back in? You guys back on track. Okay.
The 1,200, then the 400, then the 800.
Oh, they go in
and then
reverse
the
order?
1,600.
No, they go back and forth. Boom, 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 boom.
So it's the 1,200, which is rarely, no one runs that race, only in the DMR.
Right, because it's 16 and 32. It's
Yes.
4, 8, 6, 1, 2, 4,
Right.
8, 16, 32, which everyone's
Correct.
familiar with the Olympics.
So it's 1,200, and then the 400, then the 800, and then the 16.
Is this the final leg that we're watching right now?
This is, yes,
Okay.
the final leg of Heat 1, which we're Heat 2.
All right. How much time between heats?
None.
Oh, okay. So they're finishing in like a minute.
Yeah, the girls
And
are
then
on
the
the
girls
rail
start.
right
Okay.
now.
All right, we're going to grab our final break. We're coming back. Bases. LSU's got the bases loaded with one out. Curriell is up. What a time. What a time.
Great day to be alive.
Let's go. All right. We're coming back to wrap up the show next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Action Industries and the Advanced Turnaround Group at Action Industries. Of course, our friends over at Action Industries are a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Every time you're at the box, there's a mound visit. That mound visit presented by Action Industries. Well, right now, it is turnaround season. Get out, ball!
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, get out, ball! Here we go. Is that going to clear the bases?
Oh, he might
That's
score.
clearing the bases. Let's go. Curriell, shout out. Action Industries and the Advanced Turnaround Group, good luck for the Tigers. Bases clear and triple for Derek Curriell, and the Tigers lead at 5-2. And that's all courtesy of Action Industries and the Advanced Turnaround Group, a proud partner of LSU Athletics. We got 15 seconds left. Okay, thank you, Muse. I completely lost track of time there. And we got the Theriot girls about to come run a national championship race, LFG. I don't know if I should have just said that, but I did. People know what the acronym means. Action Industries. Go there.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. All right.
He almost caught her! Yeah. Come on, they dropped it! They dropped the baton! They dropped the baton! Yes! They dropped the baton!
All right, Georgia's got him in first place.
No, this is,
The leader dropped the baton. This is Georgia.
Oh, this is Georgia?
This is the 8, yeah. And then they go to the 16. Come on, I know more about this down here.
Come on, G.
Hang on to it, Georgia.
1 minute remaining.
I know we got 1 minute remaining.
We're watching the meet.
All right, we're halfway through this race. Georgia's got the lead. Macy and Georgia Theriot. There we go. And a babe, Georgie.
She looks good. She looks strong.
Look at her center screen.
She looks strong.
Let's go.
She looked good stride.
Is she good?
Good stride. Oh, yeah, she's comfortable.
Do you think she kicked too much? Or
No,
is she good?
she's extending.
She's good? Okay. Come on, Georgie. Go.
Oh, yeah. She got a good talking to before this one.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to everybody.
Oh, we've extended the lead.
Is that Georgia right there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's kicking.
Bro.
She's kicking. Kick mule.
Bro,
Kick
she
mule.
is kicking.
Oh, yeah.
Go
Yeah, G.
Tigers. Go Macy, Georgie, Molly, and Lucy. Bro, Georgia is, oh, my God. We'll see you on Monday. Oh, my God, Georgia.
She's running away.
AFR.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.